Oh, you
Stream
have?
has begun? Yes.
Yes, I just started.
Oh, let me get that. Get hi.
No. Goodbye.
I need to. What? I'm trying to. Okay, why am I getting network errors? No, no, Twitch, don't do this to me. No,
Twitch hate you.
it, it is not loading you. Good morning, everybody. I'm OmniRusted. Well, wow, I was not ready, and I cannot get Twitch to load today.
Why would it load?
I don't know. It's just click here, network error.
I'm not allowed to watch my own stream.
There it goes. Good morning, everybody. I'm OmniRusted. I'm here today with wow, sorry. My brain is not. Wait, why is it only giving 8 you're not actually streaming, Evie.
I am.
There it goes. Now it's up. Jesus Christ.
I
I
have been
am
live for
here
a minute
today
already.
with the great Gambini, Kragsar the Paladin, Evie, Nefer, Ryan Softstream, and Victor Staffbreaker, also known as Squishy, AndrewDan, LittleEvie, FantasticMuse, Frosty, and Daynar. Get down, Willow. No, stop. No, lay down. Welcome back to Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition. We are in the great world of Kalgard, which Evie cannot spell to save her life.
It's Kalgard. We got a
Who
cow.
wants to give a recap? Who wants to give a recap and tell Muse what happened, what they did?
Alo crashed the ship. It's all Alo's fault, so we had to kill him.
No. Okay, someone else.
I don't see what's wrong with it.
I saw the video, and Evie did it by steering my ship into a bone worm.
Or not steering away from it.
Yes, that. Specifically, I was fighting on the front of the ship.
Hey, at least I didn't jump off the ship and leave you all to die.
Which
Oh.
she thought about.
Yes,
Oh,
I think
Yeah,
Victor
no,
is the
you were
only one that
totally
can
planning to
explain
do
what
that, and I
happened.
was like,
That
what?
was if it was going south, which I managed to make sure it didn't.
You guys crashed my ship.
Hey, at least I put it down in half functioning order.
Oh my god! That was such a huge part of my character, and it's wrecked. It is floating in the middle of a lake with like half of it gone.
At least it can be repaired.
All that's missing is the bow spur. That's it. It's actually not all that bad.
The bow, the rudder, and the big balloon on top.
It's still floating in water.
Yes, I turned it into
It's
a
still,
boat.
it's still technically not grounded.
Still technically a ship.
It's just a water ship. now.
Look, from Victor's point of view, it was fighting monsters. Alo got eaten. He got knocked off the side. He saw the thing that ate Alo, tried to eat the ship, let go, thunder waved the thing off the ship, grab a chain, and then Evie's navigation made it so it was, oh look, tree, ow, tree, ow, tree, ow. Oh, hey, look. Oh, no, this is gonna hurt. Hey, ground. Hey, I'm dying. Now I'm not. Ow.
Yes.
That is a fantastic recap.
That is actually.
I would like to
perfect
point out
recap.
that half of the ship crashing is also Nefer's fault because she was helping me with it.
No, she wasn't.
I was not here.
Yeah, no. Well, Omni was playing Nefer.
I was under the control of Omni.
Omni.
you know
was Nefer
Omni
was
crashed the ship.
Yes, Omni did
Oh
it.
no, they figured everything out.
She was she was the one
Oh,
helping me trying to
no.
control the ship, so I'll blame half of it on her.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh my god. Do you guys have any idea how central to my character that ship was?
Hey, it's still
Fix it. Don't
yes.
worry. It will get fixed.
Also, that's
more
not the
worried
most of our
about
worries right
China.
now. Our worries are that we're stranded somewhere in the middle of a forest with a death field slowly approaching us.
Oh, there is
Oh,
that.
yeah. Well, and the ship is taking on water.
No, we stopped that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, this is where I step in. Can everybody hear the music okay?
Mm-hmm.
I need to turn
Okay.
that thing down a bit, I think.
I don't know. It still needs to be like you still need to be able to hear it from Twitch, but that's about it.
I don't know.
It's mood
Someone
music.
else has to test that, because if I do, it'll be echo.
Give me 1 second here. Oh, it's actually perfect. Anyway, so that's where I step in. So basically, it's been about 3 or 4 days, probably about almost a week. Yeah, I'll give it a week, since it was a week in real time, which I will give you as downtime to lick your wounds, do what repairs you can on the ship, which is mostly just making sure it stays afloat, trying to figure out a way to maneuver it through the lake, which you can't really do. You don't have oars. You don't have sails. You don't have anything to tow it with. So it's basically just kind of stuck in the middle of this lake, which you can use, like, you can swim off the boat if you want to get wet. Does anybody want to volunteer to have made a crude raft to get you to land? In the meantime?
Crude raft, nothing. I'm going to make. How far off? You said it was about 40 feet off the land.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a rope bridge. Let's go.
Do you have the time to do that?
If I've got a week,
Okay.
and I'm doing an over-under bridge, you've seen those. One rope for the feet, one rope for the hands. Over-under.
Takes like a
Okay,
day
that's
at
fair.
most.
Okay, that's fair. So basically, Victor spends a little bit of time finding a tree strong enough to make a bridge so you can get back to land if you want to. But mostly it's been like shoring up parts of the ship that are creaking and falling apart, trying to find the biggest cracks, making sure the crystal isn't leaking, because we all know how horrible that would be. And in the meantime, there's been really no word, and you're not exactly sure where you are on the map itself, how close you are to land, or how close you are to any town or anything like that. If there's any civilization near you, how fast the death aura is moving, or if you're in danger. You don't see it from where you are, and quick scouting doesn't show anything like that. You've been mostly surviving off of your regular rations, which Lourdes kind of refuses to cook. She wants hazard pay. Because she literally risked her life and almost died trying to save the airship. Which she has been, because she's stuck in it right now, she has been using her, mending skill, which Nefer did know about, to patch up parts of the ship as she can. So, in the meantime, does anybody do anything in this week that I need to know about?
Nefer has been mostly semi-catatonic, wandering about a little bit, occasionally saying, "My ship. My ship. My ship."
Victor will hand our faithful companion who risked her life. Let's see. We'll hand her about 50 gold.
That's good hazard pay. That's really good hazard pay. That's about what you would make in how many months? Like, that's good hazard pay.
A little more
right
than
there.
a month.
Yeah, that's good hazard pay. So she's willing to keep working. Bow Wow is wandering aimlessly looking for Alo. Oh, that's so sad.
Can I break the news to Bow Wow? I'm trying to cheer him up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Make me an animal handling.
Why do
just
I
this
have
once.
-2 to animal handling? I don't like this.
Because of your wisdom.
It's honestly, like, it wasn't gonna be that bad. Like, Bow Wow basically, you don't get Bow Wow into horrifically traumatic situations. So Bow Wow is now attached to you and is sort of following you around. Occasionally, he will go to Alo's door where all of Alo's stuff was and like sniff at it and kind of whimper a little bit, kind of wandering around aimlessly, but mostly has been like attached to you, which is kind of funny because you are, smaller than Bow Wow. But he seems particularly depressed. So in the meantime, Lourdes and Dorfin, who is offended and kind of almost something like he says that he refuses to talk to anybody who broke his airship and got you onto the situation, but like he's still Dorfin, so he still randomly gets excited and babbles on about random things when you talk to him until he remembers. I think Cragstar said meant to say mood spiral.
Yes.
Yeah, but from what?
It from the death.
Yeah, I won't.
It's a RimWorld reference.
I know, but I won't.
Well, yeah, you won't. Anyway,
How much the downtime
it's
of?
a week. It's Dorfin, so he still gets very excited and will babble on about things until he remembers he said he wasn't going to talk to you anymore. He gets over it pretty quickly. But they've been using a combination of mending and the still very functional air crystal to power up the balloon and try and get it working again, but it's going to take time to really get it moving, and he says he honestly doesn't know if there's any way to control the ship anymore because the back rudders and stabilization fins are fucked.
Well, if we can get the airship high enough out so we can get underneath it, we might be able to fix it.
That's basically his plan right now, but he does not know how that's going to happen because basically you need to get to a dry dock and a lumber yard.
I'm going down into the hold and I'm getting... So, I have proficiency land vehicles. Would I be able to basically rough up a rudder for this thing?
No, because the proficiency land vehicles is like... It's like a wagon, and you don't have a wagon. Like, wagons don't have rudders.
I understand that. I was just thinking if I can make a, rough up a slab of wood to at least give us something.
I mean, the rudder was
I've got a week!
About as big as the ship itself. There's not enough wood down there.
Okay. Well, no, I was gonna get an axe and go cut down trees. I've got a week.
So, in the meantime, it's been about a week. Daynar, I'm gonna say, like, you've been trying to collect woods, but there's really, like, you don't know exactly how a rudder would really work, and mostly it's the stabilization fins, which were made out of a very special kind of bamboo, and a reinforced kind of spider silk, which is very expensive because it has to be extraordinarily lightweight and sturdy, and they are torn to shit. And Lourdes is trying her best. Does anybody want to try and volunteer to try and fish it out of the water? Like, they're in the water right now. Everything right now that you want to work on is underwater.
I mean,
Yeah,
I can
I'm
go do that too.
Catatonic. Totally catatonic. No help.
So
I've got
basically
athletics.
the only person that's trying to really work on fixing this is Victor.
Yeah!
Well,
What's Evie
You want me
doing?
to give you the athletics?
yeah. What everybody is doing. So Evie, what are you doing? Not here. Cragstar, what are you doing?
I will help with T-boat as well. Basically, what I want to do, if everyone's alright with it, can we try to drag or try to pull the ship closer to the shore so we can at least take a look?
You have no way of doing that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll help.
Basically,
Victor
basically at this point, Victor's gathering wood and trying his best, but until this thing gets airborne, there's no way to fix what's underneath it, because what's underneath it is silt-bound at this point. Parts of it are hitting the bottom of the lake, parts of it are floating, LittleEvie's headset died. Rynan, what are you doing in this week?
I'll be trying to help as best I can. Swapping out my proficiencies with Whispers of the Grave to kind of fit the situation in which I'm working on that day. Like switching between proficiency with woodcarver's tools to smith tools to tailor's tools, assisting as much as I can.
Okay. Basically, a lot of your time is Rynan as the new Lordess. A lot of your time is spent kind of keeping the ship afloat because it keeps wanting to sink. This thing was not meant to be surrounded by water, it was meant to be surrounded by air, and this really caulked. But in this meantime, we're going to swap over to the Great Gambini. You are walking through a forest near a town that you've been visiting for a little bit on your normal kind of wanderings, and decided, and people have told you about a lake that's nearby, where like you don't want to, you're kind of a little bit like down in your luck because nobody in this backwater town wants to see your great skills. And you've been sort of just wandering for a while, trying to find yourself after kind of going through your college. So you found yourself back down here after visiting your family in Mintborough, and are back in this area south of Tibermont, trying to really find some. There's something missing. You're not sure what's missing in your life, but you're trying to find it, right?
Right.
And you with me so far? Okay.
Yes.
You also, Jesus Christ, what was that?
Sorry, that was an accident.
Yeah, okay. I
It'll
was
happen
like, what the
again.
hell? What you are going in for is you're a little bit out of money. You're down in
Yeah.
your luck, so you decide. So you ask some local villagers who are not interested in your show, if there is, some place to get food nearby, a little bit of work to do, because you refuse to sully your hands in regular farm work. But they mentioned that there's some fishing nearby in a nearby lake, and you're like, oh, I could do some fishing. That sounds really relaxing. Maybe it'll give me inspiration for my next show. Maybe it'll be water-based. Maybe maybe I can tell a story of a great mermaid or something. And you're walking through this forest, fishing pole over your back, when where this lake opens in front of you, and you see this devastation. Like, something happened. In the distance, you see this massive, massive pillar, and suddenly all of these people that were in town that were evacuating, that were packing all of their stuff onto wheelbarrows and donkeys and leaving the area, suddenly a lot of it makes sense, and you're like, oh no. And not only that, in the middle of this lake that you found is strewn just debris of all kinds, like bits of wood and pulped and shattered trees, where there's this great line of devastation leading almost straight towards the pillar itself in the far distance, almost too far that you can't see it, but you can kind of see where it pierces the clouds in the distance. But in the lake itself, there's a ship that it's kind of listing to one side a little bit, and there is what looks like broken stabilization fins on one side of it, kind of peeking a little bit out of the water as the waves lap to it. And a great deflated balloon on one side, with some figures moving around on it. And this is all in the distance because you're on the north side of the lake and they're on the very south side of the lake. But something happened, and it's quite clear an airship crashed. You've never seen an airship up close before, and this is fascinating.
Oh, wow. What magical phenomenon is this? This gives me a great idea. I have to inspect this.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't really swim. You know what? I'll make a bridge.
You're a halfling.
I can
You
swim.
can swim.
I swim to the boat.
It is too far to swim. I will say that you were on the north side of the lake. You can see it in the distance. It will take like an hour or two to march around to it, like to the south side of the lake, which is fine, you know.
Now, Victor. No, I don't know Victor, but do I see the bridge that Victor supposedly made?
Yeah, you can see where it looks to be in the very far distance on the south side of the lake, attached by some some ropes, which are like, that's not going to keep it in place. That's strange. And then you see somebody actually like using this, suspension rope bridge kind of thing to haul themselves along precariously, and that there is some larger figures on the shore itself.
Well, I guess I'll start hiking around that way. See what those people
Okay.
are into.
It takes a while to get to the south side of the lake, and by the time you get there, it's getting into later morning since you did start out in the morning. But as you're nearing, you see chopping a tree nearby you a familiar figure. It's your old friend from the college, Kragsar. The almost humorless and kind of interesting Dragonborn that you used to know. Not only that, but like he's out of his armor and he's chopping a tree with his favorite battle axe.
Yeah. He's in his common clothes, like his t-shirt is buttoned and it's open due to we're in a warm climate, right?
I mean, it's kind of cold, but it's
People think
it's getting hot because of the work you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reasonable enough. He's kind of focused on his lumberjacking, looking at Victor, kind of counting up the logs that they chopped down for now, not really paying attention around himself.
I call out to Kragsgar. Hey, buddy!
What? What? He kind of like double
Turn
takes.
around, and out of nowhere, you see it's your friend from college. What the hell is he doing all the way out here? And he looks. Describe yourself.
I am a halfling, like about 3 feet tall. I wear a tuxedo exclusively with like an adventurer's pack on the back, but it's an entertainer's pack. I usually almost always carry a deck of cards or a pair of dice in my hand. I'm usually doing some form of prestidigitation trick while I'm doing it, constantly trying to impress people even if they aren't there. I have a smile on my face, kind of almost cocky-like. I have dark hair, maybe a dashing mustache, dashing beard, but I clearly look like I'm a presentable showman 100% of the time.
Well, you managed to keep yourself that way in college, or at least try to. You see Kragsar is he's putting down the battle axe on the side of a tree, and he kind of shakes his arm off a little bit from the exhaustion, from the chopping down the trees, and my old friend, the Great Gambini, or like Gabbett, right? He's
Yes. Feel free. You're free to call me Gabbets, Kragsgar. We're old pals, right?
He kind of like approaches you. He kind of almost like picks you up and like bear hugs you.
My back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah. Sorry. Kind of puts Gabbett gently down. Right. Sorry. I kind of grew up to be pretty tall. Yeah. Anyways, how are you doing? How fortunate to meet you here. What are you doing around these parts?
Well, looking for inspiration for my next show gig. I would like to kind of try to hide from Kragscar that I'm really not doing well and on my luck.
Perception check, Kraxkar.
Right. Oh, I rolled on the. Never mind. It's a 9. I should have rolled on the Beyond 20.
Go ahead and roll on D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
Like, if that's
My
where you
bad.
want to be, go roll on D&D Beyond.
Yep. Just like it's loading. Okay, where's perception? Right there. Much better. 19.
Yeah, that's a little bit better. For anybody who's wondering, we have exclusively swapped to D&D Beyond because it is going to be working much better for what we're attempting to do. Plus, it works just fine with Roll20. So you do see the fact his clothes are looking a little bit threadbare. Wait, you don't have any cantrips, right? Right, Gambini?
I do have 3.
And is one of them mending?
It's not a cantrip, no. It's not mending.
Is mending?
No.
I thought mending was a cantrip.
They
Well,
didn't take it.
I didn't take it, no. So the answer is
Oh,
no.
okay. So it's clear he's been using prestidigitation to keep his clothes clean, because that is one thing prestidigitation can do. But his cuffs are looking a little bit threadbare. It looks like he was caught out in the rain at one point, and like the cuffs of his pants are a little bit wet from like trudging through the forest, and his cloak, the ends of his cloak are a little bit tattered. So it's obvious like he's out. You don't know how close the nearest town is, and you're like, he's out here. He's got a fishing pole. So he clearly planned to, like, he says he came out here for inspiration, but it looks like he's out here for food. So yeah, he's lying a little bit, but you're not really gonna press it because that would be rude.
He kind of looks at him as well. I see you haven't put on
I
any
mean,
weight. You wanna grab a bite? Well, it's rations. It's not really fulfilling, but something.
Evie shouts from the boat that breakfast is ready.
Oh, speaking of the devil.
Is Evie does Evie look like and
Perception check. I was giving it a DC 10. Evie, you are on the boat. The guards are still there. Pretty much everybody at this point knows that you're a kitsune. So you would not have been.
They don't
keeping
know
your
I'm
illusion up?
They don't know I'm a kitsune, but they know I have ears and tails.
Yes, exactly. They don't
Unless
know what a
they
kitsune is.
they don't know unless you rolled something that they know.
You know what? I'm just gonna do a quick thing here. They don't care. They look at you and they're like, "Psh, adventurers," and that's about as far as their caring goes. So you really have, like, I'm gonna say you really haven't bothered to keep up the illusion. Gambini, I gave you like a 10 to see whether you saw in the distance. There's a short figure that at first you kind of take for maybe that's a really tall halfling, and then you see there's tails, 2 of them, fluffy ones, sitting up behind this person before they duck down behind the edge of the ship again. You're like, well, that was weird.
did that cat just talk?
Evie, give me a perception check to see whether you spotted him. It's a DC 5. Yeah, Kraxar's talking to somebody new on the shore.
Well,
Do you put back up your illusion?
yes. Pick up illusion and duck back down.
Do I notice that?
By the way, did I hear him call me a cat?
No, you're not close enough. It's just, but he pretty much, like Gambini said out loud, Kraxar would be the only one to hear that.
Well, if I did, he would be burnt to a crisp.
So, Kraxar, you do hear Gambini say again?
Did
that cat was
just
something?
talk?
It's complicated. It's you see, like, it's something, just you struck a bad chord with him. her name is Evie, and she's a kitsune. I don't know if you know what are those, but
Did
Oh,
she,
so it's like your arm. It's one of those push-us things.
question,
no,
did
like she's
Cragstar actually
fully-
know?
Wait, what?
Did I ever tell them I was a kitsune?
No, Kragstar did figure it out.
So he did figure out that I was a kitsune.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kragstar
Kragstar
knows.
No, I come up with
And he
pieces
never-
of it, but
Yeah, no, he never pressed for information about it because he was holding his own secrets.
Okay.
You know, that's a really good point we have to cover really quick with everybody.
Who knows
Y'all
what
have
I
seen
am?
Kragstar's arm now. And Kragstar tried to attack people. Did anybody
I think
bring
that's
this
a
up, or are we?
We're really good at like ignoring this kind of stuff until it becomes relevant. That's kind of our
It
deal.
became relevant. It became violently relevant.
But it's not right now.
I mean, like, if Kragsgard wants to talk to Victor about it after Victor put his sword through his hand, Victor's all
That
ears,
is-
but
yeah.
he's not going to push.
We
Like,
need to
Victor's
talk
more
about this
like,
right now.
We've got to fix the ship.
yeah, we're kind of focused on the ship, less of dealing with other things. Well, it's great to meet you again, Gabit. It's been
Oh, hold on. No, we're not done here. Not done here. So, basically, everybody's just like, we'll talk about this later. They're treating it like Evie's Kitsune thing. Just everybody's got their shit. Don't get in the way, kind of thing.
Yeah, it sounds like Cthulhu could join our ship, and no one would care.
And nobody would bat an eye.
bad, and I
This is
As long
this
as
is
he doesn't try to
100%.
eat our souls.
This is 100% the my adventure senses are tingling achievement. Oh god, I gotta find that list again. Okay, so who exactly does know that Eevee is a kitsune? Everybody knows that Eevee has the two tails and the fox ears, and has
I think-
different kinds of magic.
As I recall, it's just Kragsgard.
Yeah, it's just Kragsgard. Because Victor doesn't care.
yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, he just doesn't care.
I think
Oh,
Alo
okay.
might have known, and I thought Rynan knew.
Yeah, Rynan
Oh.
did know. Rynan had the history for it.
I knew that they were hiding something under an illusion, but that's it. I don't know what
Well,
race
no,
they are.
because at one point Eevee did go unconscious, and everybody did see, and everybody did find out that Eevee is a kitsune. Well, okay, so Kragstar and Rynan have heard of kitsunes, not too much because I remember you all didn't do well in your lore checks. But you all know that like kitsunes are an almost extinct magical race.
I think Alo knew.
Yeah, Alo knew everything, but Alo chose not to tell anybody because Alo was like, "That's Eevee's that's Eevee's thing."
That's
Yeah.
right. I need to see this leverage.
What leverage he said.
So,
Yeah, Alo's dead.
dead.
too soon.
Uh, right. So where are we at now, Omni?
I'm just
Weird.
okay. I'm just making sure. Like, so basically, when it comes to Kragstar's arm and Eevee's being a kitsune, everybody's like, "You got your own thing. We got more important things to take care of right now." You've had a week. At some point, you're gonna have downtime. Like, there was no point. Okay, so basically, the only one that would have brought it up would be Victor when him and Kragstar are working. In which case, Victor would be like, "Is that dangerous?" And Kragstar's like, "I have it under control." And Victor's like, "You better." And that's the end of it.
Well, let's roleplay it since Victor is still around and Gabby
Yeah.
is with me. Yeah.
Well, no, Victor's not on the shore right now. I
Oh.
just decided that because I wanted him to see you first. Yeah, I would have said if Victor was there.
Right.
I'm letting things. I'm running things like I'm backing up into the previous week before Gambini shows up. If you guys wanted to roleplay anything out, either with Eevee being a kitsune or with Kragstar's arm now being known. If you guys wanted to roleplay any of that stuff, now's the time.
Victor's just worried about fixing the ship before the Death Circle shows up and kills us all.
Yeah.
It is kind of a pressing concern. That's true.
We have a bit of a dilemma right now. Talk about personal, possibly traumatic experiences or get the hell out of here before the Death Circle murders us all.
And the boat falls into the pit of the lake.
Yeah, that is trying to keep the boat from not sinking into the lake is a lot of distraction, I'll admit. And the Death Circle, you don't know how far away the Death Circle is at all.
And we don't know how
I do.
fast it is expanding, so yeah.
I
Victor's
do.
like, Victor will listen if Kreisgar starts monologuing about it while he's working, but he's not going to probe right now because not an issue.
There you go.
Could be an issue, but it's it's the
So-
least threatening right now.
That's our answer, I guess.
Okay, Gambini, Kragstar, back to you. Evie
Thank
just
you.
popped up, said, breakfast is ready, popped back down, turned back on her illusion, and Evie, you do find that not having to have your illusion up all the time and not being rejected or driven off because of what you are is a huge relief. There's still kind of the fear of bounty hunters because you're absolutely certain, like you were told by your parents before you were lost from them, to hide yourself, and you have met some other kitsunes, and you've been told to hide yourself. But this group, not frightened of you, not trying to turn you into bounty, not trying to study you, nothing like that you've been afraid of for all these years. So it's been kind of relaxing, and really reinforcing Nefer's where this is a family kind of thing. But then you see a new person and you're like, oh god, and hide back down and turn your illusion on right away. Right now, nobody would really be on deck at the moment. Everybody would be distracted with their own thing. Ryan, what are you doing right now? Like Ryan and Nefer, tell me what you're doing.
I'm just kind of wandering around on the deck, just like looking at the damage and looking at things, and I have this vacant expression and kind of like,
Okay, Nefer is in a mental break and has been for a week. Ryan, what are you doing?
yes.
I wonder. Let me make Nefer's mental break worse. I'll form a telepathic connection with them and just,
Oh my god.
in their mind, just keep repeating, it's all your fault. It's all your fault.
Oh my god.
It's all your fault. And sever the connection before they can say anything back.
So bad.
So
Okay.
bad.
And I can make it
go ahead
sound like the
and-
voices of their old crew.
Roll me a wisdom save, Nefer.
Are you with them?
It's one of those things where I may not necessarily also be in the right mindset.
This is
Virtual
Brandon's way of
tabletop
doing-
not found. What?
Are you in Chrome or?
I'm in Chrome.
And you
Let
have
me
both open.
Yes.
Is the little B in the bottom of roll
No
20.
VTT found that matches your settings. Open a VTT window or what?
Don't worry about that.
Make sure mine's working. Yeah, mine's working.
Oh, and for anybody who's wondering, I am just kind of in the background right now playing the Final Fantasy VI soundtrack because I really like it and I can get to what's happening. For anybody who's watching and wondering. Okay, you got it working now.
There we go.
Hey.
There.
The voices. Okay, you can tell. No, Gambini, you can't. Sorry, that was a whisper. Nefer, you get a weird feeling when you hear these words in your head that it's coming from an outside source. You're still hearing these words in your head, but part of you is like, wait, that's not me.
Am I scared of the voices? Am I like, is that up to me or is that you?
That's up to you. You just can tell this is not you. This is like you've been thinking a lot of things this past week, and you've been remembering the fleet that you lost. But at this point, you hear this in your head, and you're like, wait a minute. Like it took you a couple days. I'm assuming Ryan's been doing this over several days.
Oh yeah, it's periodically.
Just
Oh, yeah, no,
just
I
need to be
totally-
within 30 feet of me. I don't need to to see them. I can just know they're there.
Yeah, but like it took you a bit, but like after several days of this, it starts up again. And you're like, wait, that's not me.
Oh yeah, no, I totally think it's the dead souls of the people who died in the ships. I'm terrified. I think they're coming again.
Oh. Okay.
Yep.
You're being haunted. Got it.
Yep.
I mean, I am haunted, literally.
it's very true. You that is nail on the head. Okay, so back to the shoreline. Victor, you are walking through the forest, basically hauling an entire like tree on your shoulder, trying to bring it back to where you've been piling up logs. When you see that Kragstar is there talking to somebody in a tuxedo.
He caught me slacking.
Have I done the swim thing yet?
Swim thing?
To go get the stuff underneath the water.
It's. I mean, yeah, that was one of the first things you did.
Good. Then I'm just kind
Now
of.
you've been basically collecting wood, trying to see what you can craft out of it.
That's fair.
This has been more trying to find something to do and hopefully trying to find a way to like make a raft or something like that to push the airship, because you're a legionnaire. You need something to do. This entire time, like whenever he sees you, Dorfin rambles on in a very machine gun way about, the wood that we use for an airship is actually very special. You can't just grab any old wood and use it. It's got to be specially treated. It's got to be magically infused. It's got to be just. You don't understand what the hell he's saying. But you're like, wood is wood. We can make if it can't be an airship, it could still be a boat, and we can get all our stuff off of it. So he's worried over nothing.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's pretty much like Ryden has been like helping with repairs more. So basically, Victor's just getting raw material for like any repairs that can be done. Basically, if somebody says, "Hey, we need some rope," he'll go out and find bark, strip it, and start braiding it into rope.
Exactly. Like you're a legionnaire. You have to be busy. You got time for leaning, you got time for cleaning, kind of thing. But right now, you come along, and Kragstar is, well, he's leaning on his battle axe, but at the same time, he's talking to somebody new.
Huh. Okay. Just gonna keep walking and put the logs with the rest of the stack. If they're having a conversation and they seem to be friendly, Victor's not gonna interrupt.
Oh yeah, Kragstar has
rude.
He has a smile on his face, which you often don't actually see on himself.
Huh.
I mean,
Cool.
he smiles, but not in this, like, comfortable way that he's smiling now.
No, and Victor's not going to be rude. They're having a private conversation. He's not going to be rude. But he did hear...
So you see... You do see a human, well-muscled, walk out of the woods and throw a log on an already... an already well-established pile of logs.
I'm not in my plate.
Yeah, nobody's in their plate right now. Not when you're going up that bridge. Fuck that. But Gambini, you do see this person come out of the thing, and you all do hear Evie shout from the boat. Breakfast is ready.
Cool. Then I'm just gonna head for the bridge and start scrambling up. And yes, I would have made the ropes where Nefer and Evie could, on me, the rope will be about chest high. On them, they have to kind of reach up and grab it, but it will be appropriately sized so it is not inconvenient for people to use.
Okay, I'm gonna fix that for you. You put 3 ropes.
3 ropes work too.
Yeah.
But yes, I make it appropriately sized so everybody is at least comfortable getting off the boat. Bonus, those 3 ropes are also holding the boat where it is.
I mean, as much as they can. But yeah, Gambini, you do see the well-muscled human going over the precarious bridge, and you have been invited for food.
Wait, is the food on the shore or is the food on the boat?
Food's on the boat. It's in the galley.
Alright. Okay. So I'm just gonna kind of, mindlessly wander that direction.
Hearing those
I'll
voices still.
accept Kragsgar's invitation with a wipe out. I would love. Yeah, I'd love to have the opportunity to put on a show at a new location. I mean, and he's having trouble trying to
Hey,
not
I get.
break face.
Yeah. Hey. Take it easy, Gabby. It's fine. The ship's morale has been down for almost a couple of days now, and we could use someone to cheer up our souls. And well, I will gladly take you as one of our most trusted bards. You finished college, right?
Alt.
Yeah, I graduated. You want to see a trick?
Yeah, sure. Just let me go grab my things. Show me a trick if you want.
Okay. I cast Prestidigitation and make
Okay.
a puff of smoke, while in my other hand I hold a card and then it disappears.
His magic has gotten way better than you remember. Because
Wow.
as you recall, Kragsar, which by the way, make sure everybody you hit the long rest button. I don't know if you did before. I see that I was the D&D Beyond thing for the D&D Beyond extension for Twitch is still showing people injured, but I don't know how that's working really.
I think it's local.
Probably. So basically, y'all get back onto the ship and sort of gather in the galley. And food is being served by Lourdes, who, this is her job, and she was paid, and she was compensated. She's gonna be fine. Oh yeah. Anyway, so as you remember, Kragsgar, his magic was not this good the last time you saw it, and this is actually kind of this is actually impressive what you just did. You're actually like, wait a minute, was that real magic, or are his tricks that dang good now?
Last time when you wanted to move the card from your left hand to your right, or if you did it the other way around, from the right to the left, the card kind of seemed to combust. I don't know how did you do that, but I'm not gonna ask. Really nice trick, but you wanna go grab a bite? I'm really starving. I've been working on chopping this wood for 4 hours now, roughly.
All right, yeah. Follow.
Yeah, just
yeah.
follow me. Just be careful when you walk on that bridge. Just be careful. Mind
Okay.
your step.
Get you on the board.
Yeah.
No, get you on the board. Come on, game. There we go.
Good job.
Okay, Kragsgar. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, stop. Roll 20, what are you doing? Why? There we go, okay. You should be able to control that token. Good. Okay, Kragsgar comes back onto deck and onto the bridge and down into the galley where everybody is being served their food. He's got somebody new with him. And the thing is, Rynan and Nefer, you recognize this is the Great Gambini. You've seen his shows. What the hell is he doing here? He was a performer that used to travel to halfling cities and was famous for doing magic tricks without any magic. But he's here?
Nefer gets kind of excited for a minute and kind of wide-eyed and kind of waggles their hands and is like, my ship! And kind of gestures around.
Oh, all I
your ship?
see. Well, are you referring to Nefer or referring to me?
He said.
Oh, right, yeah.
He said his ship. Did something happen to this ship?
Yeah, we kind of became a boat instead of an airship, and we're trying to rebuild it to a degree. It's gonna
What's
take
an
a while.
airship?
No, prestidigitation can clean.
It can? I thought it was just an
I'm-
illusion.
Yeah.
Because it only lasts for
No,
1
it's
hour.
not.
No.
No, it's not in. It can do illusionary effects, but it can also clean or spoil
Oh, okay.
material.
It could
Yeah,
do a
it
lot
can do
of
minor
things.
things like
I-
make a small smell, make something taste different, stuff like that.
Oh, I
It can
thought it
also
was
make
only
things-
an illusion.
No, it's not an illusion.
Oh, okay.
It's
Well,
a
It's a minor-
transmutation.
It's a minor trick, yeah.
oh,
It's
okay.
literally part
So
of
he
the trick
can-
as a spell.
Yeah, he can clean his clothing.
Okay.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah, so there's no minor illusions he's using right now.
okay, okay, my
Yeah,
mistake.
you were confusing minor illusion with prestidigitation.
Which I also have as a cantrip,
Okay.
but I didn't. Yeah, I haven't used that as an effect on myself.
Okay, well, carry on, sorry.
Yes. So yeah, just Kragscar is my old college pal from the Bard School.
And
We
at
go
that
back.
point, Kragstar would, at that point, Kragstar would sort of go in and go, like, Temple of Bahamut.
Yeah, Temple of Bahamut. Well, the buildings were connected, and he frequented. Yeah.
On the
he
same
was-
campus.
Yes. A campus or temple. This is amazing. Well, and I thought that we should, well, at least I should bring him up and see if he can improve our current moods of slight discontent.
I would be honored to show up a show. Absolutely, you want me for this perfect showman. Show me the stage.
We don't have a stage.
You can just.
Stand on the table.
Right, I just jumped on the
There's
table.
food
We have food there. Don't try not to step on
the
the food.
table.
Too late.
Oh,
Victor
I mean,
does
you're-
not.
you're-
Victor just kind of shrugs and keeps eating.
Okay, Victor, you've been shown shows like these before. This is nothing new to you, especially people jumping up on the table. But and also, he is not completely amateurish enough to step on the food. He looks when he's gonna step before he steps up there.
Yeah.
He's not gonna embarrass himself. He's an experienced showman.
all right. Let's see him do
So,
some.
Let's see.
do you want to just like do a performance check, or what do you want to do?
I cast Minor Illusion.
I went to Arcana, check that.
Let's see.
I'm gonna find the right song here.
In front of me, I create a duplicate of myself, or something that looks like myself.
Nefer, your warlock eyes suddenly kind of skip you out of your break for a second, going, wait a minute, that's real magic. He's famous for not using real magic. What's going on?
I'm gonna look at him curiously and cock my head to the side and just watch like I'm transfixed for a minute, like something's distracting.
And Evie, what are you doing?
Well, I was going to say, I'm both trained in Arcana and Performance.
Yeah, at this point, I'm
Um,
gonna have let's see, I'm gonna take that investigation, and
So,
Evie,
I-
make an Arcana check.
I did that because in order to see through the illusion, it calls out in the spell that it has to be an investigation check.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in either case, Evie, you can tell this is real magic that he's using. Ryan, you're like, that's a real illusion. This is
I
not
don't
a
know him
trick.
anyways.
Yeah, like, he's actually using real magic, and he was famous for not using real magic, so... So y'all can tell, it's just magic. It's not magic tricks anymore, it's actual magic.
They look disappointed.
Yes.
Interested, like
Yes, because
So,
I
like,
know it's
my
a spell.
eyes are like
distracted.
focused to
Something
any.
has grabbed my attention.
My eyes focus on any like disappointed or slightly unimpressed looks, and then I'm like, pick a card.
Who are you fanning your cards out to?
Evie.
Can I outperform him, maybe?
Oh, by doing what?
That's the thing. I don't know what he's doing yet, but I'm gonna look for an opportunity to outperform him.
Unfortunately, you don't know what I'm doing.
Exactly. That's why
Okay,
I'm
well,
waiting.
the thing is, depending on the trick you're doing, I think Evie wants to... Are you gonna try and, like, mess up his trick? To, like, expose the trick, or what are you planning to do?
Oh, I need to pick my choice carefully here because I actually have the skills necessary to maybe outperform him in stuff.
Okay, performance is a trained thing. You perform a certain way. Your performance was in dance.
Oh, that's true, but still, I'm going to try and expose
So,
his trick then.
no. Okay, that's fine. That would be an investigation check. Not a performance check. Performance check would be if you were trying to outdance somebody.
Well, I'm
You're
using
trained to
sleight of
performance
hand for
dance.
my card trick anyway.
Well, I'm also
Yeah,
trained
they're
in
trying-
magic.
Fine.
Well, they're literally doing an actual magic trick using non-magic.
It's like
Yeah,
You
so
seemed impressed.
unless you're trained in sleight of hand, you're not sure what's happening.
No, but I have a +3.
Go for it.
That doesn't mean you're trained in it.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't
Like
know
you
how-
might spot the tells or the distractions, but like you're not going to be able to outperform him. You might, expose the
Yeah.
trick and the secret behind it, but that's about it.
While he's performing this trick, can I use a sleight of hand check using intelligence?
Yeah, I don't mind any checks against it.
Yeah, go ahead,
Using
Evie.
Intelligence, add 2, that's a 14.
This is going to be a performance check for you, Gambini, to see what they're fighting against here. So y'all have to beat that. So go ahead, Evie, make your investigation to see if you spot the trick.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to spot it. Nope.
Nope.
Because I'm almost blind.
Okay, so the great Gambini, explain your trick.
Well, I took like the card, and I asked Evie to take a card that was in there, look at the card, and then put it back in the deck. Now I have an extra card in my right arm pocket that I like scooted into the deck, which was a copy of it, and that way I could keep them. And when I exposed it, I was like, "This is your card."
They did a force.
Yes.
Basically, like, no matter what he does, when he's shuffling the cards, impressively throwing cards through the air and then catching them back in the deck, and, fun story, I actually, had a short thing where I studied this. Evie takes credit card.
Not surprised.
And, sorry, Thaddeus distracted me.
Yeah. I also saw that.
He's like throwing cards around in the air and then catching them back into the deck itself. There's no way he could possibly know what your card is after that. And then with a flourish, right in front of your eyes, he just poof, right in 2 fingers. There's your card.
I'm
I
gonna
could always do a
I'm
perfect
gonna lie and
shuffle
say
as
that's
well.
not my card.
You know what?
You're gonna
Roll me
Deception.
roll me a deception against Squish's investigation. I
Insight.
guess.
Insight.
Insight. Yeah, there it is.
Might lose this.
Yeah, he's got a +6 deception.
Oh.
How
guess
to
there's
crush a magician's spirit.
Well, I tell you what. I'll give you another trick. Actually, I have a better option. Why didn't
No,
you
no,
do
no.
the trick? Okay.
Okay, sorry. I didn't say that you rolled insight. Yeah, no. You fucked this trick up somehow. You're not sure how.
Gosh.
You were embarrassing yourself in front of everybody.
I just get off the table and kind of quietly start to leave.
I'll go ahead and like smack Evie on the back of the head. I fucking saw that.
I'm gonna point and say he used magic, and it's gonna be like the first thing I've said other than like my ship in days.
Are we driving him away before he can even join us?
Yeah, Gambini, you noticed, like, you didn't notice that Evie lied, but, like, the person sitting next to Evie clearly did and was like, you bitch. So, you realize suddenly, with a little bit of ire, that this child just lied to you. Also, this child doesn't have these tails anymore, or the cat ears. What?
Wait. What happened to your pet?
The dog's over there.
No, I meant the cat.
We don't have a cat.
There was a cat asking about breakfast earlier.
No, she's
Omni?
Uh-huh.
I cast Firebolt!
Oh,
That's
And
fair.
shout, I'm not a cat.
Oh.
Protection.
good.
I'm
You
within
are not
5
within
feet, I'm
5.
pretty sure.
No,
Yep.
you are not.
You're not.
Look at the map.
Where?
You're not.
What? This is
No.
You can't. I mean, you can't protect Gambini against this. I gotta roll with it.
Yep.
Roll an attack.
is
Yeah, oh my god. What's your AC?
It's 14.
More than that.
Oh. Oh.
Full damage too.
Jesus.
Okay, so 17 HP.
And you're now on fire.
Uh-huh.
No, it doesn't light them on fire.
It doesn't.
No.
Oh no, Firebolt does not light things on fire. Sorry.
It,
Yeah,
it will light paper on fire, but not people.
Lighting cars
I
on
thought
fire.
clothing.
No.
Yeah, Evie just sort of stood up, shouted, "I'm not a pet," and just hit Gambini with the firebolt.
Ow.
Yeah,
not a cat.
it hurt. Bow Wow starts barking uncontrollably and backing up into a bedroom, kind of freaked out. Did anybody else do anything?
I'm
I do
grabbing
something.
Evie.
I cast Gift of Gab.
What's Gift of Gab?
Give us the description on chat.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, you can press show on VTT.
Display. There you are.
Oh god.
Oh my god. Okay, second level enchantment. Originally calling it. I said what? Have you ever been thinking the local monarch had accidentally mentioned how their son looks like your favorite hog from your growing up family farm? Woman that this is what the hell is up with the descriptor? When you cast the spell, you skillfully reshape the memories of listeners in your immediate area, so that each creature of your choice within 5 feet, nobody's within 5 feet of you.
Damn.
Well, Lourdes is. That's it.
Well, Lord is
You walked away. You started walking away.
I did.
You would not cast that. I'm gonna say that right now. You would not cast that.
Okay. Okay, I'm on fire.
No, you're not on fire. You just got hit with the firebolts.
I'm hurting.
And I'm grabbing
so your
Evie.
Yeah, your friend just got hit with the firebolts, and I mean, do we roll a grapple for this or what?
Yeah. Grapple versus athletic, like contested athletics checks.
Contested athletics.
Why can it not be acrobatics?
You're not a monk.
You're not a monk, yeah.
Yeah.
I need to pick up some levels in Monk.
That's literally one of the class features of a monk, is you get to say no.
You get the
Well, I
same.
might fail this because dice aren't being happy with me.
I have a -1 to athletics.
Let's see.
You still might roll over that.
Nope.
You rolled really low. Oh
Yeah.
wow. Nope. Okay, so Victor's grabbing you.
And as a
Traxxar, what are you doing?
spellcaster, I'm basically pinning the arms and covering the mouth.
Bitch, I can solo cast.
Okay, hold on, Traxxar.
Oh.
Are you just still stuffing food into your mouth? What are you doing?
No, I'm gonna like rise up from my chair. I'm looking at Evie and I'm pointing wagging my finger at her. Just like, we don't need this attitude now. Someone died, and you're acting up like this. Woman up, grow some attitude, and stop being like this, please. We don't need this now. We have a lot of on our heads and our shoulders.
I'm gonna take a bite and say nice save.
Oh my god, you guys.
And of course, Gambini
Okay.
is completely clueless what he said is wrong in any way. Because it has not been, it has not been explained yet.
Yeah, Gambini's just like, what did I say?
I'm not gonna say anything, but I'm gonna look around like with interest and watch the exchange and be like, this is the first time that I've kind of seemed not far away in a long time.
And this
Oh
is
my
how we
God,
start
you-
the campaign.
I've had worse.
I'm still angry at Gambini, by the
Yeah.
way.
So you said you could still cast Evie.
Yep, I can solo
Gambini
cast.
looks confused, and you realize Gambini has no idea what the hell you're angry about.
To prevent Evie from casting, can I sleight of hand to steal her focus?
She doesn't have one.
She has to have some sort of thing to cast spells.
No, we already
Either
talked
an
about
art-
this. She doesn't.
I understand
It's
not
a-
using material components, but you've removed something then. Like, you at least
No,
need
it's-
a focus or something to cast spells.
No, basically with Evie, it's part of her magical nature. That was it's something that we did cover pretty early on because Evie is a special case. It's she's a magical creature.
This wasn't explained to me. So
Sorry?
Yeah. It
I don't
was
think you were
explained
there
to
at
me.
that point, actually.
Yeah, it was explained to me that you don't need the material components for a spell, but you still need something to cast spells. Like Nefer uses their staff.
I use cards.
That way there was at least the VSM balance. But if Evie can just straight subtle cast, they can cast spells with absolutely nothing, and nothing can shut them down.
It's pretty
Yeah,
much
not
Evie's focus is her tails, but also her hands, and Victor has pulled her hands behind her.
Yup.
But solo cast removes the hands part.
You still probably need to aim the firebolt.
And say the words.
Who said I was aiming firebolts? Also, solo cast removes both say and use of hands.
Yeah, it removes verbal and
Okay.
somatic components, so she doesn't have to make gestures or say words.
Then what are you doing?
Magic missile!
Okay, give me a second, Evie. You would realize Gambini has
Yeah,
no
it's
idea
fine.
why you're upset.
Yeah, I know, it's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm still angry, but I won't use any more
Yes.
spells.
At this point, you sort of look at Gambini and go, "Oh no, did I just give myself away?"
Yeah, because if you keep doing this, I will figure something out.
Give me an insight.
Thank you. I might not figure it out soon.
Yeah, it's weird because this tiny girl just took that really personally. Why would they take that so personally? To do
Card
that
start.
much, to have your health.
He only has
Card
20 health.
star.
Yeah, like he turns around to Gambino.
Kind of like clutching my chest and
You
kind of half over Uh, did their cat die?
Did what die?
Oh
Sorry,
my.
You mentioned somebody died. You mentioned somebody died, and he's going, did the cat die?
No, no, no. Listen. One of our companions died because of bone worm of sorts, and some other things happened, and we're not doing so well.
Sorry about your cat, Alo.
No, Evie, not Alo. Alo died.
Evie, sorry.
I am going to take that
Nobody has even
excuse.
said the word Alo.
I am going to take that excuse though, and say yes, my cat died.
Okay.
I'm still
And go with it.
I'm still hanging on to Evie just in case.
I'll tell you, do I even hear that? Because
Sorry, did you hear what?
Because Victor said he had his hand over Evie's mouth.
Actually, would you have let Evie say something?
Oh yeah, like as long as I know it's not
Okay.
spellcasting. The moment I said
Yeah, okay.
spellcasting.
Which you would. Yeah, so
Yup.
you allow Evie to say that, yeah.
Okay.
Don't speak gibberish.
Y'all got any first aid potion peoples around here? That kind of hurt.
It's fine here. Like, I'll use lay on hands as I
Just don't
See
bring
where
it up
things
again.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, don't bring it up. We're all on edge, and we're trying to make by. We're wishful thinking will not get me anywhere.
Sorry. Just.
So suddenly, this crazy gnome that was sitting back in his bedroom with the door open, sort of munching out of a plate, literally like drops the plate, pulls what you recognize, Gambini, as a flintlock pistol out of a holster, points at Evie, and goes, "Stop breaking my ship!"
Oh.
I'll turn around. Why were you in my room?
Oh, shit, that was your room. My bad. Sorry. that was player mistake. Sorry. But yeah, sort of just like very unsteadily waving his flintlock around, screaming, "Stop breaking my ship!"
I never
Dorfin,
broke
please
it.
put the weapon away.
People onto my ship, and you take my ship from me out of my feet and out of my hands, and I allow you to do it because you're actually really good, and you provide me freedom, you provide me for adventure, and you provide me some interesting opportunities for scholarship, and then you crash my ship, and you take it to weird places.
We did
and then
not
you
crash your ship.
Can I put him
Dorfin.
to sleep?
Breathe.
You need your hands for that.
I can subtle cast.
Okay, if you want to subtle cast sleep.
Nah, not right now.
What? Okay.
About to say, you realize sleep. You can't dictate who you're targeting. It's an area of effect, and it will start with the lowest health person.
Yeah, but
first.
but Dorfin doesn't have that much health, and if I centralize it over
Yeah.
here, I can
You
still
know how much
shoot-
health he has.
I don't know, but if I
Yeah, y'all all had a long rest. I'm the only one who's hurt.
Not
You're right.
anymore. You got lay on hands.
By how
Okay.
much? You didn't say.
Oh yeah, sorry. 10 HP.
Okay, yeah, so I'm full heal.
still have a burn mark on your clothes though.
I cast Prestidigitation, and
Yeah, this is Gambini. He just like brushes it and it's gone.
I can also do that.
Congratulations. You have made like an enemy. I'd like to clarify that.
Don't worry.
My
my
God, can
character
you
sheet.
two characters just get along for 5 fucking minutes without trying to kill each other?
I tried.
You called me a cat. And when
Okay,
you were
anyway,
and you were Alo,
back
you
to
punched me
in-character
to
stuff.
sleep. Or punched me down.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Evie,
Yes?
are we going to behave ourselves and act like rational adults? Or am I going to have to tie you to the tie you up and throw you in your room?
Do you want me to say yes or no? Because I got confused.
The audacity on the... Oh. Oh.
No, like he asked, are we going to behave like adults? Yes. Do I want him to tie me up? No. I'm confused. Do you want me to say yes or no?
Omni, I'm walking out on the deck and dropping Evie over the side of the water. Just because Victor's like, this is for your own good.
People need to cool off. Okay.
People need to cool off.
Evie, are you struggling as Victor drags you up to the deck?
No, but as he lets me go over the edge, I'm going to grab his hand and flip back up on board.
Okay, hold on. Perception checks for the both of you as you get to the top of the deck.
Okay.
What the fuck is wrong with the both of you?
We're
Not
basically
liking me today?
Yeah.
No kidding. As you get to the top of the deck, you realize it got kind of dark out here. Evie, you look up and there's an airship in the air.
Hey Victor, before you let me off the ship, look up.
I look up.
There's an airship. It's much larger than yours, and it's hovering overhead and kind of like slowly coming downwards.
Can I shout downstairs?
Omni! Do I recognize
Yeah?
any symbols on this airship as it lowers itself down?
No.
So no known pirate insignias?
There are no airship pirates. All airships are owned by the gnomes in the gnome city, as far as you know.
I'm going to shout down because since you know the gradings of, hey Dorfin, your parents are here.
He just shouts up, "My parents are dead.
Well, come up. There's an airship here.
I'm 113 years old." What?
Shut up. Come up. There's an airship.
Who runs upstairs?
Hopefully
I hear
Dorfin.
airship, and I go running upstairs, like, excited and, like, belligerent and, like...
While she's doing that, I'm gonna form a telepathic connection. All your fault. All your fault. All your fault.
Hey Victor, can you let me
And
go?
then sever it.
I'm gonna halt in my steps for a second, and I'm gonna gather myself, and then I'm gonna continue running up the steps.
Gambini and Kragsgar, you would notice Nefer do this. Like, he sort of stops in the stairs for a second and sort of closes his eyes and rocks back and forth before shaking his head and going back up the stairs.
I think we should follow. And I kind of like look at the men. I just, attention, and I just, make them follow me up the stairs with all the party.
Okay, move yourself where you're gonna go, and I'll move the guards.
I pretty much am joined by the hip with Kragscar right now because I am terrified of all of this. I just wanted a bite to eat. I just wanted to go fishing.
Can Victor let
That's
me go?
true. Everybody got a little bit to eat except for you. So as you get up there, the hatch opens on the side of the airship, much in the same area that yours is, and somebody with thick goggles and what looks like a gas mask peeks their head out, puts a speaking tube up to their mouth, and shouts down, "Ho, the airship!
What?
It's just a ship now.
Are you in distress?"
Yes.
I'm going to screech, "My shit!"
That would be affirmative. I haven't let go of Evie just yet.
So an
Now,
airship
Evie.
anchor comes down and splashes into the water to the side of your airship. And
Left or right?
The platform. You see people start gathering. People of very small stature start gathering on the platform itself as it sort of hovers overhead of your airship. This airship is much larger than yours and much fancier.
Hey Dorfin, that ship looks more impressive than yours.
He goes, "I know. What's your point?"
Oh, I thought you would be jealous.
"What? No. My airship is sleek and functional."
That's fair. Now, Victor, can you let me go?
Are you going to behave yourself and not act like a child?
I can't promise anything.
No, this is a binary solution set right here. You're going to behave yourself while we have people trying to help us, and you are not going to fly off the handle at anything that you perceive as an insult.
I still can't promise anything, but as long as they don't insult me, then sure.
No, you are not going to do anything even if you perceive it. You're going to stop and think.
That
Or
has
else I'm going to tie you up and throw you in your bed, and you're going to stay there.
I'll put you to sleep.
And the moment you try to cast something, I'll knock you unconscious.
But what if I can cast something without you noticing?
I'm just gonna drop her over the side now.
I'm going to flip back up using his hand.
Roll in athletics.
Isn't
Actually, no, this would be acrobatics.
Yeah, because you obviously told me every time I try to use fucking acrobatics, you say, no, that's for flips and stuff.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, no, this
That's a
That's
really
nice
good
airship.
airship.
is a very fancy airship.
14.
Is fancy. Yeah, basically, Evie, like, as you're trying to drop her over the edge, you get a little bit distracted by what's going on since the platform starts lowering. And you're like, well, that's taken care of. Evie then grabs your hand and uses it as leverage and flips literally over your head before landing onto her feet. And just sort of, like, gives you this, like, smug look before stepping away a little bit.
I bleep out my
I
tongue.
restrain the urge from summoning my sword.
Okay, the platform is coming down, and there are several gnomes on it. But you can't count how many, but the platform is coming down. Is anybody going to do anything before they land, or are we all good?
I'm trying to count
I'm
them.
still kind of gesticulating wildly around.
Omni, I'd like to take 5 after we kind of get to it, like, just maybe in a little bit.
Okay. What is going on here? God damn it. Sorry, I'm looking for something and Roll20's not working with me.
You're right, I won't as fancy.
So as it comes down, oh my god. Sorry, Roll20's fighting me again. What the hell is happening? Several halflings land with their platform sort of hanging off the edge of the ship itself and disembark. Actually, no, they wouldn't just disembark. Basically, they stop and the platform is sort of like off to the side and they sort of like they're looking expectantly towards between Nefer and Dorfin as if they're not sure who to talk to. God, Nefer's too out of it to really like know what to do here. So
No. I am going to snap to. I'm going to march over, and I'm going to say that I am captain of this ship, and I would beg your assistance.
Then no one more there's the engineer. As a point to Dorfin.
That change
hold on,
in
I'm trying to look
personality.
for something, and this is just not working for me. God damn. Oh my god. Why is this there? Jesus Christ. I'm trying to get some tokens up to represent what's happening, and Roll20 is just fighting me. There are gnomes on here. Some of them are armed. with swords. Some of them are armed. Like they're clearly armed, but they're all like how to say this? They're not threatening. They're there just in case, pretty much.
They're vigilant.
They're not on guard.
Exactly.
Does anything happen to my announcement?
Hold on, I'm trying to fix Roll20. It's fighting me. It's bugging it. Oh my god, Roll20. Please? Jesus Christ. Like, this isn't even me, like, not knowing what I'm doing, which I will point out, I still don't know what I'm doing. This is literally just Roll20 being a bitch.
Do we want to give Squish their 5 minutes while you figure it out?
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
I'm ready. Yeah, but yeah, go ahead.
Who are you?
Yeah. All right, quick 5-minute break then.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Could you imagine if I had access to Fireball?
No.
Just that instead of Fireball.
I'm
Does
terrified of that.
Does every D&D game have an Eevee?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a D&D game that I DM for that has 3 of them.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh, can't wait
And
until
one of
you have
them's
to upload
almost
them.
a lich.
Almost.
Yes.
Can't wait until Frosty has to DM for me.
That requires us to be up at the same time in time for me to actually DM.
Sometime.
Weekends are not an option, sadly.
But hey, I made a fair argument. He called me a cat.
I didn't say it was a fair argument, but I said, like, your reasoning behind doing it was fair. Like, not logical, but fair.
Yes.
Like, that's how you would react.
Yep. And people
get
keep
some more
calling me cats. I am not the fucking cat. But
Are we really that?
no, I actually have a history in my Discord of people calling me a cat. And I'm not a
You
cat.
had given yourself the cat role at one point in time.
I have no such role.
You had such a role.
Not that I know of or can remember. Therefore, it doesn't prove anything. Frosty, what the fuck?
What?
I can see what you're doing. I see your DMs.
What's going on?
Hang on. Fuck this. In general chat, this is what Frosty does to me while we're playing D&D.
Cute.
Because I have access to that emote, I was just like, what options do I have? Because I'm saving up my channel points, but I was like, what options do I have for modifying an emote? And I saw that, and I was just like, God fucking damn it.
Oh my god, Frosty, why? Oh my god.
And you think I'm the lewd one.
Oh my god.
It's nothing, right?
Omni, you see what I have to deal with? I'm pretty sure Frosty has to deal with more, so... Nah.
Yes!
Nah.
Yes!
Lies.
Soul sent me an edit. Where is it? Where's the edit? Copy.
Oh, is it the thing?
Send. He removed
Bless
the
you.
hood and the band-aid.
Ah, okay. Kind of, I think you need to add a couple freckles because it looks like there's something supposed to be there, but it's not anymore.
Well, yeah. Well, it's implying that there's a fucking nose there.
No. But yeah, looks nice.
He had no nose.
I still can't believe how the fuck he does that on his phone.
I don't know.
Oh, we're talking about something hush hush. That's hush hush for a little bit.
It's gonna be a minute because he has to make so many frames of animation and then also convert it into a 60-frame GIF.
Just kind of spoiled what it is.
What?
It's not gonna spoil what it is. It's a
Oh.
GIF. Congrats.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Squish, are you done with your 5 minutes?
Yeah, the micro is finished. I know you don't like hearing them beeping in the background.
Oh. Who doesn't love a beep?
You're fine.
Well, is everyone else ready to continue then?
Beep boop.
Plus, yeah, I figured 1:15 is about a good time to like take that mid-game break. So,
Oh god, is it that late already?
We've only been live for 1.5 hours.
Yeah, we've been having fun. This is like, this is a heavy roleplay session. That's what happens.
It's a problem with heavy roleplay sessions. They go over so quickly.
Yeah. Evie has a point. But we make the most out of it.
Anyways, I think we're ready to continue.
Is everybody ready to continue? Squish, you're back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay, so shit, what was that said last?
Nefer has just said that she's the captain and was asking what the goblins are doing now. After I pointed to Dorfin
No,
and said that he's the engineer.
Gnomes.
I said I beg
Gnomes,
your
not
assistance.
goblins.
Well,
I'm being all
So
I'm being all formal and like high and mighty and
there are two
being
gnomes
power-
with long flintlock rifles, two gnomes that are very clearly casters, and one gnome in the middle that is very clearly the captain, due to her very large hat. And opulence and everything. It looks like
I'll nudge Nefer.
it honestly looks like somebody like once heard how the halfling navy dresses their people and tried to copy it badly. Wait, is AndrewDan here?
I'll laugh slightly and nudge Nefer.
yeah,
If you're the
Andrew-
captain, where's
Andrew
your
was
really
there.
big hat?
Oh.
I'm gonna glare at Ryan and then
Get personal here.
and then return to looking impressive and in charge.
Is AndrewDan actually here?
No, hold on.
I didn't know he muted himself.
Yeah, he might not be here. Hold on.
There he is.
Sorry,
Welcome.
go grab some water.
It's fine.
How'd that work?
Problem. So, everyone's here now.
Yep.
So the captain looks back and forth between Dorfin and Nefer, and chooses to present herself to Nefer, and she says, "We can see that you need assistance. We can provide it. I'm assuming that you were the ones who fired the assistance flare about a week ago, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Excellent. We are part of the. One moment. I forgot a name of something. Part of the Royal Delhas Navy, and we saw that you required assistance. Am I correct in assuming you're the captain of this ship? Looks at Dorfin
Yes,
kind
sir.
of questioningly.
Yes, sir. This is my ship, and this is my crew. I'm going to gesture to everyone, including Dorfin.
The captain sort of looks around and just sort of, this is highly unusual. Well, we can provide you assistance. Our ship is equipped to provide a tow, and we can take your ship back to dry dock. And at this point, when she says this, Dorfin actually collapses onto like his back, and like sits down hard onto the floor of the airship in absolute relief.
Your assistance is greatly appreciated. What dry dock will you be taking us to?
Well, the only one available, of course, Borjas. If this is amenable. Borjas is
Absolutely.
it's the Gnome City, Gnome Main City.
Oh, we're gonna go see the Gnome City. Where's the map? I want to put the map.
What?
It's down to the south. It's like southwest from this location.
Okay.
It's quite a bit away. It'll actually kind of save us from the pillar a bit.
Yeah, that's a good plan. Okay. Yeah, we're totally all about that then. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to nod. I'm going to give the captain my hand for a shake.
Mm-hmm. She shakes it. Still a little bit bemused, but, you know, trying to appear professional as possible with this, since she is a professional.
I will
And I'm
start
just-
moving about the ship and prepping the mooring points.
Okay. So, back to Gambini. Go ahead.
Gambini says, he whispers to Cragscar right next to him. I'm part of a crew? I thought we were just going to catch up and get some breakfast or something. Clearly, I've misunderstood something.
Yeah, there's a lot to explain.
It comes to mind, Cragscar. He doesn't know about the pillar. He doesn't know about the death wave coming your direction.
That was running through my mind, DM. God, there's a lot of things running through my mind right now.
You're free to leave.
Yes, you are free to leave if you want, Gambini. But what happened to reach us to this point was, you see that pillar over there? Like, he kind of points to it in the distance. You see that thing?
Yeah.
Even from this distance, it is highly visible and very threatening.
Yeah, what about it?
That thing in a area that we're not quite sure how fast or how big it is. There's a aura of, or a circle of death, and it kills anything it touches. Or
Didn't I see some dead trees and branches on my way here?
Yeah, it was kind of like, well, you haven't gotten anywhere near the death aura, but you know, you're very clearly, whatever this thing is, clouds swirl around it in a very strange way, and it looks like it's threatening.
I have heard about some people from town leaving recently, and that does explain a lot.
for good reason.
It's been bad for business, I'll be honest. Is there... can you introduce me to your captain friend? Actually, I never got to be introduced to anybody.
Yeah, I never got around to introductions. We happened pretty fast. This is Dorfin. He points next to you too. He's quite the knowledgeable person about ships, airships specifically. That's Victor. He points slightly to the left. Member of the Legion, quartermaster. pretty good at fighting. He earned my respect in some catacombs. That is, and he points to his back. Nefer, he's our captain. She's a good captain. The trying times are bad for a lot of us. That's it kind of like squints, doesn't really see Rhinan quite well. Yeah, that's him right there. That's Rhinan. He's pretty sneaky most of the time. Like I don't really mind him. He's alright. He's pretty right. And that over there is Evie. He points to her. She's you'll get used to her or not, or you hate her.
I kind of drift through all of the introductions and hear the tone and the introduction of Evie, and it just kind of I'm reminded of what just happened, and I'm like, I'm just gonna keep my distance if that's all right. They don't seem to be interested in magic.
No, you just stepped on the wrong tails. Tail? I don't know. Just don't mention her being a cat. Just refer to her as Evie or whatever you prefer. Not cat.
I'd like to mention I have no idea what Kragsgar meant by that, but I heard it.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Right. Oh yeah, there is the our accountant.
Our steward.
Our steward.
Lord.
Yes. Steward. She's well, she's not really talkative. She helps around with the food and number crunching. Not really my thing. And we have the dead owner's dog, Bow Wow. It's well, its owner has died, and her name was Ado. I forgot to mention that. And glad that someone has come to save us. Maybe the winds have brought an airship to us, or
Praise Bahamut, I guess. Prayers and blessings go out to Alo.
It's I've kind of skipped on some sermons in the morning. I'm not in the right mind to pray for someone. I need time for myself.
Yes, I suppose. I kind of look down, a little somber. Time is something we all struggle with. You look like a right bunch of rampant adventurers.
Yeah, we're a pretty good ragtag team. Pretty unexpected to see so many races in one single place. So, yeah, we can handle ourselves with you.
Could you introduce me to Nefer personally? I'd maybe like to join your crew. It sounds like
yeah, of course. Yeah, just let's walk right over.
Okay.
Wait, did the captain of the other ship just fly down on the mobile transport smaller ship?
No, pretty much at this point, they lowered down a platform. While you've been talking, people have been moving about the ship, doing whatever. We'll get into that in just a second. The captain has disembarked onto your airship itself and is talking things over with Nefer, organizing how things are going to go, whether you guys are going to stay on the ship, etc., and the platform is actually starting to raise back up, bringing all but one rifleman, which stays with the captain, on your ship itself, and they're going back up to their ship. And once the platform actually goes up there, a bunch of chains start, huge, enormous chains start falling down from the other airship as it starts to maneuver itself over where your airship is. Nefer, the captain, she introduces herself as Captain.
Nefer Mistflower?
No, the other captain.
No, the other captain. Yeah. Captain Covencrest. She introduces herself as Captain Covencrest and says that they'll be more than happy to provide assistance, get you back to dry dock, and help with repairs. But there's going to be some explaining because this airship is not officially registered with Delhas. So there might be an investigation on that, but that's not important right now. What's important is getting you back airborne and getting you away from here as fast as possible. The crew comes back down. Instead of an armed crew on the platform this time, it looks to be more gnomish engineers, and they scuttle about your ship, attaching chains and making sure everything is actually going to be able to move and is cinching in the airship balloon itself. We're going to go through everybody, and we're going to find out what you're doing in this meantime. We already know Cragstar and Gambini are having a conversation. Evie, are you doing anything right now?
I went to my room and lay down on my bed to relax.
Okay.
Yeah, it's out of my hands
Right.
now. The gnomes are doing their things.
I was running around the ship getting all the mooring points ready and helping attaching chains.
Okay.
I'm talking to Captain Covington, pointing at things, giving people orders, kind of generally running around bossing people.
The guards make sure to help out. And Victor, you said that you were going to the bridge in case anything was needed there.
Taking care of the bridge so it doesn't rip the... Yeah, basically I'm regathering our rope and getting back on the boat.
Okay. So you're making everything ship-shape and ready to move.
Yep, and
okay.
making sure any gear we left on the shore has been gathered up and brought back aboard, because
It was
we've
a
been
lot. It was a
working.
lot of wood, mostly, and a lot of debris. Because of the method of your crash, there was not much actual usable wood, and a lot of it is just very, very heavy wood.
Well, I mean, like any axes, saws, augers, tools and stuff I'm collecting and bringing back on board, because we would have just left them there when we came up for breakfast.
That's true. Yeah, so basically you start going out on the rope, and the captain, whose name I already forgot, Covencrest sends out some people, sends out some of her engineers to help pick up stuff, and we'll cover that in a second. So Captain Covencrest says this airship is not actually registered with the Royal Navy. It appears to be I'm assuming, personal pleasure craft?
That's what the documents say.
I'm going to nod at Covencrest, just, commandingly, with an air of authority. As in, that's correct, yes.
Okay. And I think your engineer was introduced to me as Dorfin. Is that Dorfin Wigglesworth?
I'm going to pause and take a moment and consider before nodding.
Dorfin, by the way, is suddenly gone. Nobody saw him go off. He is gone. So you say that, and Covencrest sort of sighs, closes her eyes, and grits her teeth a little bit. She goes, "Can I be introduced to him in a moment, please? As we make everything ship shape here." And then at this point, Kragsgar and Gambini walk up to you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. He's introducing him to me.
Mm-hmm.
This is Gabbett Gottfried, or also known as you previously mentioned, the Great Gambini. and he is an old friend of mine, and I hope you can give him a warm welcome to your ship.
I've seen you perform before. You've been a master performer. However, I was under the impression that you did not use magic.
You know, everyone always wants more. More, more, more. And I look down. Sometimes I kind of stop mid-sentence and just try to redirect myself away from that topic and be like, well, you know, I can still do non-magical tricks, and I still like to, but it's a big world, and it's a lot to do, so I'm just slipping on my words.
I'm gonna nod and just say, well, none of my concern. What can I do for you, Great Gambit?
My friend Kragstar seems to like you, and seems to like hanging out here, and y'all seem like a ragtag bunch of adventurers, and I could use some inspiration for my shows, and y'all look like y'all could use a picker-upper, and that's what I'm good at.
Do you have any other services to offer us?
Services with a smile. I'm great at a lot of different things. I can do anything. Let me know.
My brain just went back. Can you mend? Can you steer? Can you pilot? Can you brew? Are you good with herbs? Are you can you cook? Can you provide us with any service?
Yeah,
is Muse breaking up for anybody else?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're breaking up a lot, Muse.
A lot too.
Okay, better?
Yeah, it's fine.
Only time will tell.
Yeah, so, I mean, all of those things I'm sure I could do. It's just a matter of figuring out the right utility and the right combination of actions and skills, and of course I'm lying through my teeth.
Roll a deception.
Yes, against the person who has the highest charisma other than me.
Actually, I have high charisma.
Yeah, that's probably
well, you're not there. This is actually specifically versus Nefer, who needs to roll an insight. Oh my god, that deception.
How do you have a +7? Do you have 20 in charisma?
I'm a magician with expertise.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, you have expertise.
Yeah, the bard.
You said insight, right?
That makes sense.
Matter what, even a nat 20 wouldn't have saved you.
Yeah.
No.
Actually, it's not nat 20, I succeed.
Yeah, you're listening to this and going, this is a godsend. The Great Gambini has showed up. Your airship is going to be back in the air. The gnomes are here to fix everything and tow you to a dry dock, and the Great Gambini has showed up. Like, this is a miracle.
There can only be one.
So I'm going to nod and I'm going to say, you get a share of any loot we get. The ship gets 1 share. All of the crew gets 1 share. I provide boarding and lodgings in return. Board and lodgings in return for your services, and our steward, Lourdes, will prepare meals and provide mending and yeah, all that good stuff. I'm gonna stick out my hand and to shake and make a deal.
I reach briefly, then pause, and then withdraw for a second, and say, there is one thing. I'm a little concerned with your friend. I'm not sure how to approach them. And I kind of put my hand on my belly where I got hit with a firebolt, and we're like, Is there anything I need to apologize to your friend for? Should I know anything specific on how to treat them? What is... I'll completely, like, breaking from any act I have and just, like, I don't know.
Evie will have forgotten it right away. Evie is a little, we're impetuous, unpredictable, but generally smart.
You're breaking up a lot.
How am I breaking up? That makes no sense. Hold on.
I didn't hear anything break up, but alright.
I heard a lot of
yeah.
breakups.
Yeah, it might be just Discord.
Yeah, I mean, our internet has been really, really bad lately. I'm not
Yeah.
surprised.
So, in that case, I, re-extend my hand and offer to shake again.
Yeah, I'm gonna shake his hand and wander off back to directing everybody.
Shake, good puppy.
Yay. And you realize when you return your hand that there's a card in the palm of your hand.
I'll pocket it.
Yeah, can you look at it?
No.
Okay. Okay, so is anybody else doing anything else while they're hooking up chains and whatnot?
Nope.
I guess can we help them out? Just, fasten the process.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So it takes most of the rest of the day. But you managed to get all the equipment back on board. The engineers actually do take up a lot of the wood that was cut down. They're saying, wood is always useful, and they do manage to detach a. How to say this? They managed to detach a sort of a smaller airship off of the existing airship that goes to the shore and starts ferrying back a little bit of the wood at a time, like 3 or 4 logs at a time, which you've never seen before. Victor, and is actually quite impressive. It's a tinier version of basically the same airship, but this one is made specifically for very short trips. Sorry, got distracted there. Other than that, they mostly stay out of your way. They do not. They absolutely refuse to go into the personal cabins. They don't really touch any of your stuff. They just make sure that the airship isn't going to fall apart while it's in the air, and start attaching to existing mooring points, these massive chains, and by the time the sun starts dipping down into the west, anybody who is up on deck will notice the captain, God damn it, I gotta write this down, Captain Covencrest, who has been sitting near the wheel and sort of like looking around and watching everybody, is starting to look decidedly nervous and keeps looking off towards the south, towards where the column is. But otherwise seems okay. She just looks more nervous as time goes on. Does anybody do anything?
I'm still on my bed.
I'm just
waiting for us to take off.
I'm just gonna look in that general direction to see why she's being so nervous.
Well, you don't see anything from where you are, but she just keeps looking that direction nervously. Which, I mean, you can kind of understand, because that's where the death wave is. But as time goes on, she keeps looking more and more nervous.
That's why I'm not, I know it's getting closer, but I'm not, unless somebody says something, it's kind of a non-issue.
Yeah, she would just be as nervous of it as we are, we want to get the heck out of here.
Yep.
Okay, so,
Roll
as the
that
ship
save.
is getting ready and everything's getting ready to pull up, Captain Covencrest sort of looks nervously off to the south one more time, pulls out a spyglass, looks off in that direction, puts it away, and then walks back over to her platform and sort of looks at Nefer and says, "If any of your people would like to come up to the Windrunner, you're more than welcome to."
Do you have a medic on your ship?
We are fully equipped with a medic, an armory, whatever you might need. This is a military ship.
I
I
graciously
would-
accept your invitation.
So do I.
I'll step up onto their ship mainly because it's not safe to usually be in the towed vehicle.
I'll also come
Yeah.
along.
I will
Let's-
come along with.
Let's bring
Craig's
everyone on board.
Well, with towing a vessel, there's usually a couple people who stay on board just to make sure the tow line doesn't snap at the other end.
This
Oh,
is
yeah,
an
leave the
airship.
soldiers.
If the tow line snaps, this goes down.
We
Leave
don't.
the soldier.
Okay. As you start going up, she looks around the ship one more time, and y'all notice, without any difficulty, Dorfin isn't there.
Then why is this token? I mean,
We're ignoring tokens for now. But, like, Dorfin isn't there. Even Lourdes is along. The guards are coming along, too. But, yeah, Victor changes into his uniform. This is not a Legion military ship, by the way, Victor. You would know this. This is
Oh, yeah.
specifically
But this is
just Borjas Navy.
yeah, but
Which,
I'm
the
working
gen-
with other military personnel. I'm going to at least be properly attired.
yeah. But, like, the regular military, like, does not mess with the Borjas military because they're crazy and they fly.
Of course, but I'm with professionals.
I was about to say, Victor, aren't you afraid of airships?
what professionals would you be with? But actually, I'm a professional. That's for sure.
Why would Victor be afraid of airships?
Didn't you say after last time he got like the phobia of airships because
That's
he
right.
nearly fell off
That's
one and got
Ryan.
smacked by a bunch of trees? And I was Ryan.
Nope, that's Ryan.
Okay, I thought it was
No, I'm
Frosty.
afraid of sea vessels.
Oh, that's a good.
Yeah, any vessel going into the water.
A galley.
Which
Dear
means
God.
Brian would be the first one to hop onto that thing.
Ryan is actually looking much relieved right now. So, yeah,
because
as
nothing
the,
was the captain.
Captain Covencrest looks around one more time and just goes, "Will your engineer be joining us?" She looks a little bit annoyed but not surprised.
I don't know where he is.
Did I even see him?
No, as everybody was moving around the ship, nobody saw him.
Like,
It
I mean,
looked
was
like-
I was never introduced to him, so I don't know what they're talking about.
No, you know who he is. He was pointed out.
We're
to you.
introduced.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
He's fine.
I'm going to say, I'm uncertain of where he is, but I'm sure he's seeing to the ship.
I'm quite sure he is.
Dorfin has some explaining to do.
Did you say that out loud?
More kind of like quietly to my friends. Like, not loud, but definitely
And
like.
She sort of like looks. She stiffens up a little bit and puts her hands behind her back, trying to compose herself, and just goes, "I'm not surprised. He doesn't really like to leave his airship. I got kind of used to it when we were married."
What?
Dun dun dun.
Victor snickers. Victor just snickers.
You look like you could use a magic trick, Captain.
Looks at you very confused.
The plot
I
thickens.
tell Captain Covencrest, I hope there isn't any awkwardness. I'm gonna look a little concerned.
No, he. Well, the reason we were married and the reason that we're not anymore is because of this damn ship. I
Did he steal the
recognized
ship?
it. Oh no, he made this himself. He spent most of our best years together. It's fine. There's no awkwardness. I promise you. Just I wouldn't expect him to leave the ship anytime soon.
You should have seen his face when I called it a boat.
I'm not surprised, and I'll hope you refrain from calling my vessel in such a way. But
yeah, sorry, I was
will
just
be
joking
honest.
since I landed it in the water.
She sort of goes, "Wait, you're the pilot?"
Yeah,
She looks back to the south along the line of devastation through the forest, and she looks back down at the ship underneath you as you're raising the platform, and she goes, "Well done."
Thanks, I did the best I could.
Yeah, we've been chased by a bone orb, and our friend Victor kind of helped us with that, and Evie managed to get us to safety. If you were to say that safety being on the lake and being stranded.
She stiffens up a little bit more and looks a little bit more uncomfortable, glances off to the south, and then pulls out her spyglass, sighing, and hands it over to Nefer and goes, "You should actually thank your pilot. She got you out just in time. The death aura has sped up."
Aura?
I'm gonna look through the looking glass and see how bad it's gotten.
From the speed that the death aura was traveling before, it's expanded by a lot. You can see dead trees in the distance to the south, and realize at the speed that it's traveling, from what you can guess from how far it was to how far it is now, you had maybe like another day or two before it reached you.
Okay, I'll hand the captain back your spyglass.
Well, Gambini was going to say something.
Death Aura? Kalgard, was that the thing you mentioned?
Yes.
Wow.
I'm just like silent.
Actually, at this point, like the captain will point off towards the south, sort of like a presenting wave, and you look up towards the south, and you see blackness and dead trees, and it looks almost like the air itself is like full of ash, but there's no ash and moving to be seen. It just looks crispy. And realize that the column is doing something.
Can we cook marshmallows in it?
No.
No. No.
Is that a giant chimney?
Oh. We just call it a pillar?
It's best if we don't take anything above the clouds.
Yeah, and let's go to the dry dock and recuperate. I think we shouldn't linger any time.
Okay, well, just lead the way, old pal.
Will do. Smirk on his face.
So you reach the other airship, and it is, from what you can tell, it's familiar yet not familiar because of the opulence that's around. Everything is much better taken care of, and my God, there's a crew, which you kind of look around and just go, "Oh, a crew." There are efficient gnome sailors moving around and cleaning things and checking things, and people are just like walking all the time, like working all the time. And as you pass by through what is not the hold on the bottom of the ship, instead it's looks like a larger bit of crew quarters. This ship being much larger, the captain leads you through. I'm not going to get too descriptive on the airship itself because it is, of course, something temporary. But she shows you two separate quarters, which are much more spacious. All of them have their own window, which is actually a window, not just a hole in a wall with a little bit of glass. The beds are actually, the beds are, they look to be treated and they're made with military precision. But there's no personalization in the quarters themselves. They're quite clearly guest quarters. And the captain then takes Nefer himself up to different crew, up to the separate captain's quarters, where she shows you to guest, what's the word? Guest sergeant's quarters, basically, saying that her sergeant has, her lieutenant has graciously made room for the other captain on the ship to take in the trip back to Borhos, and it's very personalized, but also very officers. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know where to go from here.
Suddenly silence.
I guess everybody's
Victor's
really
just gonna
tired.
hang out with the other officer, like the other officers that's not the captain, and just be like, just
Wouldn't you be with the NCOs, like with the sergeants and stuff? I didn't think you were an officer.
No, Victor's an officer.
Eh.
Yeah, he's.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, he's. His rank is that basically 3rd or 4th in command of a legion, depending on the size of the legion.
So, captain?
It's just not a. It's not a line command. He's support, not line.
Yeah, it would be captain. Oh, army-wise at least, I'm thinking.
Fairly similar, yeah.
So, is anybody looking outside at the other airship as you take off?
Oh, look.
Yeah, sure.
I'll keep an eye on my ship.
Yeah. You start to take off and everything is pulled out of the water. You get to watch as one of the stabilizing fins actually falls off.
I'm gonna sigh. Well, my ship's gonna get. And we're going to the Gnome City. Has anybody actually ever been to the Gnome City other than the gnomes?
No.
Have not.
No.
Yeah,
It'll
so
be a
we're gonna be the
great place
first
to try
non-gnome
some
to see
new-
the Gnome City.
Yeah, I'll be visiting the infirmary for now. Need to do a checkup.
This can be some
So
expensive repairs.
It's gonna be another week until you actually reach there. Is there? I'm basically giving you another free week of downtime. Is there anything that anybody would like to do, or?
Other
feel
than
like
training with
probably-
Rynan, no.
Can I try to get a rudimentary understanding of Gnomish?
Yes, actually, you can start learning Gnomish. It's gonna take, of course, several weeks.
Yeah, but I can say thank you, yes, no. Where's the bathroom?
Yeah, yeah, you can say basic Gnomish at this point. I'm willing to give you basic Gnomish.
I'm still training stealth with Rynan, as long as he trains me.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
How long has that been going on?
Since the start of our journey.
Well, not necessarily since the start.
Well, since we met Rynan. Well, a lot of it at least.
Well, since Tibermont.
Okay, so since Tibermont, it hasn't been that long then.
No.
Maybe several weeks. So as you're going along, you basically get to see the Gnomish Navy in action and realize it takes you a bit, but you kind of do realize they're very good at faking being professional, but they're not a disciplined military.
They're gnomes. Work hard,
they're
party harder.
gnomes. Yeah, they're still flighty. They're still very scatterbrained, and they seem to take the fact that they will randomly get distracted by something as just part of the core. Like you'll watch as a gnomish engineer will scurry nimbly up a rope to check something on the balloon, and then take the same rope, detach it, and then swing down Tarzan style, and then sort of just float out in the air for a while, and then like busily write something down on a pad of paper before coming back down normally. And nobody even bats an eye at these sort of antics as he, risks his entire life to test air resistance of a gnome flying out on a random rope,
Oh, I will fit perfectly.
Basically, yeah, they're chaotic and easily distractible, but they're still they got the spirit, They're trying their best, and a lot of them actually, a lot of the gunners and the combat mages actually end up almost like following around Victor like a flock of ducklings, kind of attempting to emulate a lot of what he does when they realize. Yeah, when they realize that he is Legion and an officer, a lot of them start to idolize him and follow him around, emulate a lot of what he does, including the way the way he wears his clothing, the way he stands. A bunch of them do this. What do you do about this, Vic?
I'm going to teach them sword drill.
I mean, they're combat mages and gunners. There's not a single swordsman here.
Oh. Well, then I'm going to start teaching them sword drill just in case they get boarded. As a just in case. And
yeah,
I'll help the mages out with...
When you first bring them up to them, they're like, boarded? Boarded? What? Boarded? We've never even been attacked.
Then you need just in case. It's a tool set.
Yeah, at this point, like, one of the mages even just goes, who's gonna attack an airship? We're in the air.
I point to our airship. Bone worm.
And they just suddenly all like, they look kind of frightened for a second, but you can watch almost this change go over them as the wariness and trepidation turns into curiosity and then interest, and then they start excitedly talking amongst themselves in Gnomish, which is this. It kind of sounds like chickens chattering, with how fast it is, but like it's an actual language.
Look
and
at
you
all
realize
them chickens.
It's kind of like they're talking common at 10 times normal speed, because you can understand some of it, but not really. It's just way too fast.
Great. I'll talk with the ship's carpenter to fabricate some training swords, and we'll go at it for the next week.
Actually, you brought back you're able to do that from a bunch of the trees and branches that you brought from the trees themselves that you chopped down. It's easy. And they take to it with... They're clumsy. They're not used to using their bodies like this. They're gnomes. But they try their best. Okay, I'm gonna give Victor a little bit of a reputation now with the gnomes. Ryan, what do you do in this intervening week? Sailor things?
Helping Evie, but also be helping out around the ship as much as I can. Kind of leaning on, like, things that I had done on sailing vessels, since a ship's a ship, it needs maintenance regardless.
Yep. Okay, Evie is gonna be training all the time, and
I'm training when I'm training with Ryan, I'm training, but when Ryan is not training me, I'm looking to see if I can get into the pilot's room to see how they steer the ship.
Actually, you're invited at one point by the captain herself, because she's very clearly like she doesn't know anything about you and isn't sure what to make of you, but she absolutely wants you to see and talk to her pilots. The other pilots, which there are 3 of them, and they take shifts, want to hear you tell the story of the bone worm and how you piloted the ship into an actual like water landing. They want to hear you tell the story again and again and again. And they actually like try and take you out drinking, but they keep muttering to themselves, wait, is she old enough to drink? Wait. Like, they don't know what to make of you. And they don't really bring it up to you, but like they're clearly friendly. They like you. don't quite believe the story, but they're like impressed all the same because their captain brought you to them.
Yee.
Yeah. But they absolutely do not allow you to touch the wheel at any point.
That's understandable, but I still pay attention and try and learn stuff.
Yeah. They take things much differently than you do, and this airship pilots much differently than yours does.
Yes.
But you can quickly get the idea of how it works and what's going on.
Yes.
Are they gonna improve their piloting skills at all? Like, do they?
She's already trained in piloting. Like, that's not going to change.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fortunately, unless you're like a rogue or a bard, you won't get expertise. Because
Okay.
those are class specific things.
I set up a 3-dragon antique card table.
Okay. Are you just trying to entertain, or are you trying to swindle?
Swindle.
You're trying to swindle. Okay, I need you to make me a performance check.
Okay.
Oh my
Nice.
god.
Hey,
I need you to roll me 2d100.
slash roll the. Oh,
Or you can go on D&D Beyond and click the dice in the
Yep.
bottom left and click the D100 2 times.
Yep.
Actually, there is
You
no
can do that.
D100. No, there it
There
is.
is. There it is.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
You gotta have eyeballs to see it.
I rolled it.
Oh, custom rolls apparently don't show up, but you got 50. And 18 plus 32.
18 and a 32 Omni.
Okay, and now roll me 5d20.
Oh,
Okay,
59.
add those together, and that's how much gold you made off these people.
Okay, so that's 105.
Nice.
Like, you do pretty well. You entertain the crew, and they seem like they're gnomes. And they're also like military gnomes, so they get a steady paycheck. So like, you manage to gather this. You're not gathering too much from any one particular person. But they take their losses with kind of a resignation of, oh darn, but like not really upset about it. Which it's nice and it's a relief. Anybody who does spot Gambini going around doing this kind of thing will notice. Will notice him playing 3-card ante. Would anybody be like looking out for this kind of thing, or not really care?
I'll be
Not Karen.
yeah, I'll be listening.
I
from time to
approach Nefer afterwards.
I
and
would be
give
looking
him
at
the
him.
cut. I'll give him the
Well, this
cut.
is all of this is happening over a week, by the way.
I know.
Okay.
After the week's over, I'd like to give my ship cut.
I would
Oh,
be paying
okay.
attention to Gambini.
Which means
Okay,
I-
roll an insight, Evie.
Why do you have to hit me in my most poor stats?
Oh,
Because you're watching. It seems like a legit game. Seems kind of fun. Tiniest, they're not goblins. They're gnomes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a fun game, Evie. Are you interested in playing? Because it looks like you can see the trick of it. It looks like you actually do see the trick of how to win this and how to win a bunch of money off of them.
Mm. Higher love, Omni.
What?
Higher love.
Let's go with low.
Should I roll a D2 or a D4?
Roll a
Doesn't matter.
d4.
I rolled a 1.
You want to play.
But you chose high.
I chose
no,
low.
He chose low.
You
They
did?
chose low. Ugh. My bad.
Yep.
It's okay. It's okay. I
Oh,
did
well.
just come out of She very recently. It's okay. Okay, this is gonna be fun. So, Evie, how much gold do you have?
I have on me right now. I have. Fuck, I have 322 gold on me right now.
Okay, I'm gonna have you roll. Let's try 5d4.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, that's not bad. You lost 13 gold while playing 3 Dragon Ante with Gambini, and it was a legit loss. Like you're like, huh, I think I see how to win, but like I'm just having bad luck in these cards. It's weird.
So fair. I didn't
You
even
don't
get
suspect
to,
a thing.
Didn't even get to roll
You
and
don't suspect.
to win.
Yeah, you did. That you already lost. It's a swindle.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, he's lying. He's cheating, but you don't realize that because you rolled a 4.
What I know of Gambini's swindling ways. By any chance.
I'm gonna have you roll an insight too.
Right?
Yeah, I
Fuck
thought
it.
you were healing in the med bay.
Oh, I'm in.
Yeah, I'm going to the med bay like in my free week.
Um,
Ooh. 11.
Reinen, with your rogue insight, you know exactly what's happening.
Cool. Can I attempt to beat him in his own game?
We'll go to that in just a second. We're gonna go to Kragsgar first.
I just
Kragsgar, you don't think he's swindling people, but you're like, I don't feel like I want to play against him. I feel like I would lose if I did. But you don't suspect him of swindling people.
He's pretty good at this game.
Yeah,
Huh.
he's pretty good.
Damn.
Okay, now we're going to Reinen. Reinen, you want to try and beat him at his own game, huh?
Yep.
Oh god, what would I do for this?
I don't know. You get to
These-
pick. Should I sleight of hand
no.
or should I use my proficiency with playing card set?
This is 100% opposed sleight of hand rolls.
Yes,
Okay.
what it is.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh!
You got higher sleight of hand than me.
Oh
do,
my
I do.
god. Wow, I did not expect that. I'm gonna have, let's see, how do we count this? You've been keeping track of how much gold you won, right, Gambini?
13 plus 105 is 118. Yes.
Okay. I am gonna have you also roll 5d4.
Okay.
To see how much you lose to Reinen. It's not bad. But we're gonna stop here, and Gambini, I want you to roll me an insight. Against Reinen's new, I want you to make a new sleight of hand check.
A new sleight of hand?
You know, you can't lose that unless you roll a 1, so don't roll a 1 on a sleight of hand.
You can't roll
Yeah.
one.
He can't roll once.
So,
I can't roll
Yeah.
ones. I'm a halfling.
yeah, that's actually very true.
I was about to say, Gambini's
So-
also a halfling.
Gambini, you're watching this happen, and you're watching Reinen, like, play 3 Dragon Ante against you, and you're like, huh, that's not supposed to happen. Maybe I did the trick wrong.
I didn't have time to do
You
it.
don't suspect Reinen of cheating you at all. You're just like, I must have done it wrong. Yeah, I must not have had time.
I
Huh.
was going to
Oh.
use my luck.
Oh.
But I
Okay.
can't do it because you already rolled.
I mean, do you want to try again?
I'd like to re-roll, yeah.
Well, no, not re-roll. Do you want to try another hand?
Yeah, actually.
Okay, you challenge Reinen to another hand. Reinen, are you up for it?
Do I see them going at
Okay.
this?
Another sleight of hand, both of you.
And I'm going to re-roll that.
I thought you could only re-roll rolls of 1.
No, I have bountiful luck as well.
Bound for luck, yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Which means I can just flat out re-roll it once. But I can't use my Let's see, hold on. Okay, well, that's the new number. So
Wow.
it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Wow. Okay. Jesus Christ! Roll another 5d4.
Okay.
And another insight to see if you realize what's happening. Okay, you lost 15 gold this round. You still you're like, I'm just not getting this trick right. I must be out of practice.
Yep, Yeah, I have no idea. Now I
Yeah,
have to figure out
basically
how
you're
much
just
I
like,
lost.
oh god, I must be out of practice. Yeah, go ahead and calculate how much you lost there.
Okay, 8 plus 15.
Victor, you take one look at this as you're passing by and you go, nope. I'm good.
So I add 23 gold.
Yeah. And you are very sure, Ryan, you just left the Great Gambini scratching his head and going, what just happened? Like, he doesn't suspect that he was swindled, but he knows he lost and he's not sure how he lost.
Go ahead and stand up from the table. Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Damn it, why did I use wisdom as my dump
If your
stat?
coin purse ever gets a bit too heavy, come see me.
I love interactions like this, by the way. Oh, really quick, Ryan, I would like you to make me a quick stealth check. Okay. I was checking to see if during the repair during the time of repair, they're gonna find your bolt hole, the smuggler's nest, and they are not.
I don't think anyone's gonna beat Ryan in stealth.
Plus 8.
Halo's dead.
What?
I
Halo's
don't have
dead.
proficiency in stealth, Evie.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
a new character. This is a bard.
No, I said like I don't think anyone's gonna beat Ryan in stealth.
Oh, anyone. I thought you said Alo. Okay.
Oh,
Anyone.
Yeah, I didn't hear
Okay. Okay. So it takes about a week and a half of stuff like this, but you manage to finally reach, in no time at all, in about half a week, you reach the mountains themselves, and the Windrunner needs to actually go to a very high altitude in order to get to the mountains itself, due to almost scraping the bottom of your ship. What did you name the ship again?
Yes, says
What's it?
poop bucket.
No.
It was never named.
No, it was named by Alo.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Kragscar. I completely spaced you.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, you wanted to go to the infirmary. What are you doing?
Yeah,
in the
just
infirmary? Because there's nobody in there.
Oh, there's no.
No, there's a med mage in there, but that's about it. Like
Oh,
there's the redder, there's like 2 nurses and a med mage, but there's nobody hurt. There's nobody injured.
Oh no!
You have a. Okay. Go ahead.
I'm going there to for the medmate to just check out my very largely suspicious arm and just take a look at it, and I'll also ask if they can carefully peel away at the skin and see what's underneath the demon flesh, just making sure of a hunch.
Oh, I see. Hold on, I'm thinking. I don't even know what I would roll for this. I'll get it. Yeah.
Dang. I have a small issue to solve. It's my arm is this the right time?
I want to have you make a religion check.
Right. Legend.
What did you say? Chicken.
Oh, 7. Sorry, 6. Damn.
What's up with these low
Okay,
rolls today?
It's fine.
I know. Give me a second to think here. So the med mage, after hearing the explanation about what's going on with your arm, sort of blinks for a bit, and then goes into his cubby of medical supplies and brings out what you clearly recognize as holy water. It's not, it's not Bahamut holy water, but it's holy water all the same. Pours it over the there's like a small batch of scales just on the blade of the shoulder itself, like sticking out, and like they look like brand new scales. And then around the scales, takes a small scalpel, disinfects the area, puts on a little bit of an anesthetic, and starts to peel away the skin a little bit from where it attaches to your shoulder and where the suture scars were. And it looks like underneath it, he brings out some like baby scales that look soft and pliant, like you would see on a newly hatched dragonet.
Okay. Are they the same as the ones that are on the top of the shoulder?
They also have that pearlescent silvery color on them, yeah. But after some quick healing, the med mage goes, "I've never seen anything like this. I've never even heard of anything like this. But it appears like your arm is somehow taking back the old arm. But what I also saw when I was in there, it looks like the scales that are around the silvery scales, your color scales, are also changing color. And I'm not sure what to make of it."
Like if I, pull back more on my shirt, do I see like next to my pecs, or I don't know, like behind my shoulder blades, do I see any color change, or on the other side?
You peel up some of the scales that are around the suture scars that are around the silver scales, and notice that at the bottom of the scales that you have, your color skin and your scales themselves have like, it looks like they're a bit lighter, and it looks almost like they have this kind of sheen like growing up them, but you don't. It's not. You can't watch it happen, but it's like it's happening slowly over time, and it looks like this silveriness is spreading very slowly to your scales and to the arm itself.
Are you familiar with Bahamut, Doctor?
I mean, yes, of course. I hold on a second. I forgot. I gotta look at our the names of our pantheon. They would be a. Hold on, I'm looking for the halfling god's name again. Of course, I am a cleric of Lightfoot, but of course I know of Bahamut.
Do you recognize something familiar on these scales?
No, I've never heard of anything like this before. I've never seen anything like this. This is outside my area of expertise.
Do you know someone that might dabble in these?
I would recommend when we get to Delhas, perhaps going and talking to the sages at the actual Temple of Lightfoot. But I have no recommendations. I'm just a simple med mage.
Well, thank you, Doc. Thank you, Doc, for the checkup. Well, if you have any spare bandages that you don't use, I would be glad to unburden you of those.
Of course, take all you need.
Thank you.
Now, in this week, while you're in flight, they are unable to lower the platform to your airship itself. So all of you are completely unable to touch your own personal effects, which would include the normal blessing that you do from your basin of holy water. So, and as happens, you notice after about a week, the skin itself starts to itch a little bit, and you can feel that, like, there's a hesitation from when you tell your arm to move, and it actually goes. It's like your that arm itself is lagging behind the rest of you, but like not any dangerous effects. Just I haven't been able to holy water over my arm, and it's affecting things.
Not an issue for now, but
It might become an issue later. Yeah.
Should be fine. Well, thank you, Doc.
Okay,
I'll
so
get out of your hairs and leave you alone for someone that actually needs treating.
the worst we trade around here is splinters, but thank you. Anyway, is anybody else got anything else to do before we reach Delhas?
I have one minor thing. Once I've
Okay.
done my set up my game and everyone's kind of had their fun, I did want to check up
Yeah.
on pal Kragsgar to see how they're doing.
Okay.
Just to once every now and then visit. That's about it.
Okay.
We would meet in the infirmary, like I don't know, on a Thursday.
That's
or
right.
Wednesday.
That was it.
Yeah. You guys basically, spend some time occasionally hanging out. That's about it.
Yeah, I'm good. Doc just had taken a look at my my demon arm, and if you want to take a look, go ahead. And didn't change much than before.
Doesn't look...
I will say this might be the first time you've referred to it in public as a demon arm.
Yeah, I heard that.
He's kind of growing accustomed to it. A little bit.
Was that a public slip or an out of character slip?
No, a public. No, he's talking to like close up, like he's his voice is a little softer.
No, I mean he said that out. He did say that out loud though, so like
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said it, so he said it.
Yes.
Okay, so just checking.
Yeah.
Right.
I shouldn't be afraid of it to call it that way because good things might come of it. Even
Absolutely. Bahamut
I,
protects us, right?
if indeed he does. The only thing that I'm concerned about is getting rid of these pillars. I don't know what's inside of them, but that bone worm is let's say I have a personal vendetta against it.
I just nod silently, not really knowing half of what he's going on about a bone worm. Righto, buddy. That's absolutely a thing.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Like, come on, take a look, and I'll help you up on the bed, or if you want, you'll get up yourself.
Yeah,
You
feel
see
free to
that?
pick me
See that Kalgard has grown some different scales, differently colored.
Being a halfling, you do notice the color of these new scales is platinum.
That's... Does that mean something to me?
You follow the platinum dragon.
That's right, I do. Those scales are platinum.
Indeed, they are. But I'm afraid to say what I'm thinking. Been
All in due time, friend. No need to worry about anything. Of course, I have no idea about anything that's happened to his arm. Other than that, we shared it a couple times and I thought it was really cool.
Have you, by any chance, dug up anything on this? And anything about particularly the suturing, the surgery of it, the stitching, anything in that?
Other than the few times you showed it to me, no.
No.
One moment. Isn't there like a bardic knowledge or something?
Oh, gosh, I don't actually know.
Are you talking about a
You don't-
College of Lore Bard?
Yeah, that sounds like a lore
No. Okay, it might be. Yeah.
That's one of the abilities of a
thought there was,
College
like-
of Lore Bard.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I thought I'm probably still thinking of Pathfinder because that's what I'm used to. Because I was thinking like there was like a bardic knowledge or bardic lore thing from stories, but he's not a lore bard. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Now, you've never heard of anything like this?
Don't know.
You can make a religion check, but like that's about all they can think of.
I think I'll do that.
Okay.
Nice.
Jesus.
What? Just for heck's sake.
Yes.
Oh. Okay, that was unexpected. So
He
it
may
comes
not be
to mind-
religious.
he is actually.
I am actually.
Yeah, being a bard of the College of Creation, he actually follows Bahamut. Yeah. So basically, as you're looking at this, you get this kind of like strange idea in your head. You're like, is Bahamut blessing him because of his heroic performances? Is this kind of what is the word? Fuck.
Probably not that word.
Absolution.
Cleansing.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
so you get this like this is all in your head. So like whatever you want to tell Crackstar is up to you.
Are you being haunted?
What? By who?
I sense a cleansing presence. Is there something wrong?
Kreisgard looks puzzled. Of who? Maybe from my shield, but I don't know. I'm haunted by who? You said by I'm haunted by something. Do you
Like
know
I
of what?
can't. Gambani can't really put it into words, and
Ah, okay.
he just gives an awkward stare and kind of slightly waves and I'll see you tomorrow, and kind of backs up slowly with his eyes transfixed on that same spot.
Yeah. Bye. Miles.
That was odd.
That was odd. Should roll up my sleeve.
Yeah, that was weird.
Alright, that's it.
Okay. So after the ship has to gain a lot of altitude, you spend a lot of time in clouds. So anybody that is going up on the deck is kind of watched extra closely, but it's quite clear that okay. Anybody that goes up on a deck is going to realize very quickly there's not an atmosphere condenser on this boat. Y'all are just in the air with no kind of pressure condenser or anything like that. And if you go up on a deck for too long, you get headaches and you get very lightheaded from the lack of oxygen. And it's wet. It's always so wet. And you're up there for like if you're up there for too long, you of course will get headaches and whatnot. And you notice that any of the pilot's cabin is not up on the aft deck like it was on your old ship. Instead, it's in its own pilot's cabin, more near the front of the ship, with like a chin window and everything, where they can actually have things pressurized inside. But as long as you're at a high altitude, nobody goes up on deck unless it's like an emergency, and if they do, they're all wearing those strange kind of gas mask looking things.
Dorothy may just made a great invention.
So if nobody wants to investigate this, we're gonna go and we'll be straight onto Delhas.
Nice.
Yep, I'm good.
I have nothing else.
Okay. So we're gonna go all the way to Delhas, where your old ship, the SS Death Trap, is brought into dry dock, where it is sort of as gently as possible laid into this kind of cradle made of large braided steel rope. And it's laid in there, and the ropes are pulled taut so that it's more brought upwards and people can actually work on it and whatnot. As the Windrunner goes and docks into its own berth, and you are let off. As you are let off, you are stopped by an official-looking gnomish man. He is wearing what looks to be almost military stuff, but it's kind of it's like somebody took a dockmaster and then gave them really, really bad taste and way too much gold. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Anybody? Okay. Everybody went quiet.
Yeah, no, I'm here. I know, I ate food, so now, like, I'm in a post-food coma. I'm just kind of listening. Sorry.
It's
I mean,
okay.
Victor's just kind of waiting to go grab his gear off the other boat.
Yeah, the dockmaster basically welcomes you to Delhas. He tells you in no uncertain terms you are not allowed to leave the airship docks area, the warehouses surrounding it, if you in fact have rented out a warehouse around it, and if you want to, there's several way stations that you can take place in, but you are not allowed in any way, shape, or form to enter the city of Delhas itself. If you do, you will be arrested, and you will be fined before being banished from Delhas itself. Please enjoy your stay, and then he walks off.
Before he leaves, I'll go ahead and hand him my identification papers.
Your what?
My identification papers.
Ah.
Prove that I'm a citizen.
Well, you're not a citizen of Delhas.
I'm not a citizen of Delhas, but I'm a citizen of the like halfling. No, this is gnomes. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this is gnomes.
I am going to request a meeting with the leaders of the city.
Wait, you're breaking up a lot.
He wants to request an audience.
Yeah, I want to request an audience with the leaders of the city, which I can do.
After a brief discussion with Captain Covencrest, where she makes it very clear that you've been nothing but cooperative, that you are actually the owner and captain of this other ship. It's an unnamed ship, by the way. You really need to think of a name.
We really do.
But, like, basically, it's pointed out at one point as she's talking to the dockmaster. She sort of stiffens up a little bit, and she goes, and of course, they're the airship's creator and engineer, Dorfin Wigglesworth. And the dockmaster sort of widens his eyes a little bit and then looks sympathetic as he sort of awkwardly pats Captain Covencrest's shoulder and says, I see. And then he turns back to you and he says, well, since you are officially a captain, can I ask what this is regarding?
I had a thought in my head and it just appeared. Give me a sec. Oh, I know. Okay. I wish to speak about arrangements for my ship and possible improvements, and begin and start diplomacy with the leaders of your wonderful city.
Roll me
Like my goal.
Roll me a persuasion.
Like my goal here is to like establish relations so that we can bring the ship in to have it worked on, and maybe set up some sort of persuasion.
He talks to you a little bit, and then Covencrest also sort of brings him to the side a little bit, and then you hear muttered the words, "the dark columns," from Captain Covencrest. where he stiffens up for a moment before coming back to you and saying, "Do you have any information about those columns in the distance? I am been informed and led to believe that you might have tried to investigate one, and that caused the crash of your ship, correct?"
We do have some information, and yes, that is accurate, though I cannot guarantee that the information we have will be of use to you.
He sort of seems to deliberate for a second. He goes, "I'll try and get you an audience as soon as I can." I'm going to actually suggest now to everybody that since apparently Comcast is being a bitch right now, and Muse and I are breaking up a lot, both of us, that we actually call it a day. We've been doing this for
3 hours.
3 hours, which is, I mean, it's an hour short of what we normally do, but we've had shorter games. Unless anybody wants to do anything specific, I think that because our internet has been really bad lately, it might be a good idea to call it a day.
I agree.
Fair.
Yeah, I'll just do a small prayer for today, and that's it.
Yeah, of course. I think that everybody did really great today. We had a day without any combat, except for Evie shooting Gambini. We had a new character
normal.
Introduced, which went really, really well. Yeah, that's normal. We had a new character introduced, which went really, really well. The role-playing was on point and beautiful. Nothing was awkward. I know, like, a lot of our people are brand new players, and I want to point out, all of you feel like veterans now, and I'm really happy and I'm really proud.
Yeah.
I think we've come a long way.
That
And
my
I'm
character
old as
intro,
dirt.
it felt
yeah,
a lot easier. Just getting
just
the
kind of-
intro.
I want to point out to Squish real quick that everybody on the ship kind of serves a purpose. And, like, I've made a big deal about, you know, everybody having their role and wanting them for... You have not established yourself?
Captain, the first thing that would have come to mind for you is morale officer. Every ship needs
okay.
one. It prevents mutinies, and my god, this crew is chaotic.
Your HR officer.
Yeah. Okay, I was just like, you know,
Which is why I
like,
got
because
punished
my
by
character, you know,
Wait, my brain went stupid. HR officer, the halfling relations officer.
Evil. Yes.
that's funner.
Wow.
The what?
Because it wouldn't be human relations. Because
It'd
not,
be halfling relations.
not everyone is human.
Wow.
Isn't Victor the only human?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most
It seems
people are
weird.
halflings.
Even just for morale, that just doesn't seem like something that I would think of as worth, you know, paying for Gambini's way. I'm just saying,
So-
maybe we should come up with something that, like...
No, so far Gambini
Yeah.
actually has handed you money.
Actually, yeah, I never got to give you your cut from the Dragon.
That's
Ant
true.
deal.
That's true. Yeah, you two have to exchange currency really quick.
I stole his money.
Let's see. What's excellent. Yeah, I hand you 15 gold.
I'm slightly confused. Why am I getting 15 gold?
He calls it a share. Airship share.
Oh, okay.
And do you ask where it came from?
I'm going to, like, raise my eyebrows and take note. Like, I am curious, but ain't no way I'm gonna ask. Type of deal. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, well, I think that went great. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. Because we didn't do anything spectacular, this was mostly just a lot of downtime and role playing. I'm not going to do my normal kudos point thing today, but I am really, really happy with how today went, other than the cutting out constantly. And hopefully Comcast fixes their shit soon, or the solar storm stops.
Yeah.
The solar storm is over. It's long over. I don't know what's going on.
So, It's just Comcast being a bitch. That's great. I'm gonna try and call Comcast tomorrow then, because I can't stream while this is happening.
See,
Okay,
I'm
in that
I'm
case-
not hearing any breakup from you, so the whole thing is weird.
I don't know. You're
That's
constantly
because
breaking up.
Also, we're also, across a large base, and I don't know where the Discord server we're actually connected to is.
I can't control where the Discord server is anymore.
Yeah.
But if everybody is okay with everything that happened today, I think we're just gonna call it. Are we all
Yeah.
good?
Cool.
I suppose
Yep.
so.
Okay. Thank y'all for watching on Twitch. Thank you guys for hanging out. If you like what you saw, make sure to like and subscribe on my YouTube channel where all these things get uploaded. And there's a whole playlist for D&D stuff. Follow my Twitch at OmniRusted. Follow LittleEvie's Twitch, which you're probably watching it right now, and of course I'll link it in YouTube. Follow on Twitter, join us on Discord, and hang out with us. Other than that, I'm OmniRusted. I was here today with Squishy, AndrewDan, LittleEvie, FantasticMuse, Frosty, and Daynar. We'll see y'all next time.
Bye.